And we're back with the tournament finals. We are back. We are unfortunately down to 18 teams. A couple teams had to go to dinner with their wives, so unfortunately they were not able to close it out. So we only have 18 squads in our finals. But we're back on Storm Point, and I realized that, yeah, the stream was playing a commercial. There was like some YouTube stuff going on in the background. I can blame Bobby because he sent me the link to the YouTube thing. So,
bro, that's messed up, man. That's messed up. You're really gonna throw me under the bus in the finals, man? That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, listen, you can cast this whole final by yourself. You want to do that? That's what I thought. Anyway, welcome to the finals. We hope you guys are in. We have been in for the long haul today. We've had some great Apex action, some chaotic final circles there in those last few matches, and we definitely saw a jump into the top 5 as well. If you saw the graphic on our screen, we saw Dead Presidents after their third win of the day take that top spots, and Ari Twerk team, who have been sitting in that top 2 sitting pretty over the last basically the entire group stage, fell to 4th after a last place finish in that final group stage match.
Yeah, I mean, Dead Presence, yeah, with a huge, the huge victory at the very end, closing it out with only one player alive, just waiting at the very end until the last players were just, like, in the 1v1, the players were just dead. Somebody just barely lives, and then he just ends it right out of the gate. So really nice play out of the squad, that's for sure. They're going to go in with 10 points already, so that's a nice gap, honestly. That's a lot of points to put themselves towards the 50-point threshold. This is match point format, which means the first team to reach 50 points and then in a following game will win this entire tournament. So, I mean, we might be here for a short time, we might be here for a long time. It depends on how fast these guys get to 50 and how fast the wins come through. I mean, based on the standings, you can probably say, like, you have your favored teams right now that you're looking at to win. I mean, you're looking at Dead Presidents, Silly Little Guys, Sim Squad, Ari Twerk Team, TWS. Roller Coaster had a huge huge amount coming in from the back as of at the end of that last game. So, I mean, you're looking at a lot of these teams to really just go huge in this finals right now. And everyone has been reset to 0. So everyone is back to an even playing field except for those teams in the top 10 that are starting with extra points.
Yeah, in the top 10, so starting from the top of the first position, we'll get 10, and then second place gets 9, and so on all the way through to 1. So the 10th place team, which would be Team Deep in this case, ends up going with 1 point, and Crunch Stars getting a second point. So, you know, points are definitely there, and that's going to how the point system works going forward into this playoff stage. But basically, it's going to be a full reset, so anybody can still win this.
Yep, absolutely. I mean, that 10 points is still a pretty sizable advantage, but I mean, only one team is going to have 10. Everyone else has 9, 8, 7, continues on from there to see where exactly these guys are going to be going. But it is going to be match 1 of our finals, and we're going to see where these teams end up going. I mean, right now, everyone's just trying to be as, like, anti-aggressive as possible, basically, across the map. No one wants to fight anybody, especially on a map like Store Point, where it's big enough that there's so many POIs that you don't have to worry about this type of stuff. There is definitely going to be a situation here where, I mean, you probably won't run into anybody until you start rotating through where they landed. World's Edge, on the other hand, smaller map, which means you have to have shared POIs, and that's why we had situations where teams were just going down right out of the gate. But you can see that, I mean, a couple of the locations have opened up. Down Beast was one of the locations where one of the teams that is no longer with us was landing originally. That's going to be open up for people to appear at. So we're going to see where exactly all these teams end up rotating through, but for now, we're probably not going to see a whole lot of fighting until at least that second circle.
Yeah, I mean, we're not going to see a lot of fighting, but we're definitely going to see a lot of loading up. We're going to see a lot of these extra buildings get grabbed, a lot of these extra spots. So we're going to see a lot of just completely loaded up teams going in to these first few circles and maybe these first few engagements as well. It looks like we already have a fight. Savior is able to take down Smooth Chive somewhere on the map. So we're starting to see those first few gunfights start to happen. But for the rest of the squad, they are just focused on making sure they're clearing these areas as they move over.
Yep, TWS is going to be working on the outside. They're going to go for this armory. They're going to kit up their guns. That's an R301 and a car. So that was a crafted gun in the hands of one of their players as they are going to collect in towards that armory. We're going to have Sarcastical and his squires headed towards some enemies here. That is going to be Crunch Stars. As you can see, the players moving in here. This should be our first engagement of the game, as Roller Coasters is also going to be heading in towards this. There are going to be teams around. There's a number of people here, actually, it looks like, as Fallen is going to be up, and he's going to be just pouring in the shots, and Team Deep is going to be the first ones out, and Fallen's going to find another player here. They're going to be trying to break their way in here, just try and get it on towards this player here inside with that with the Watson generator, it looks like. As they're going to kick that open, the one's player is going to go down, but there he goes, 030C.
O3OC is going to go down. So we are seeing actually some more engagement than we thought. It's just going to be a couple, but there's 3 teams set on this one point, and now there's just hell raining in from above. All right, Twerk team have an opportunity to just kind of swing in on that grapple hook right there, or I'm sorry, that zip line. And they're going to be able to, might be able to actually take out at least one team here, and there's another team rotating in.
Yeah, this is the one that I thought was going to be the first engagement. It's going to be Sarcastical and the Squires and Crunch Stars, both teams evacuating as fast as they possibly can get out of there, as they're just trying to back down. So anonymous mode is on in this game, which means the teams don't actually know who they're fighting against until an entire team has been eliminated. So they have no clue who they've downed or who they're fighting against until the end. So for a lot of these teams, they're just trying to just take fights. It's like, okay, I don't care who you are, I'm going to take the fight to you. And in some cases, that might backfire a few times when you're taking on a team that, oh, you probably realize, hey, we probably shouldn't have taken that fight. That's going to be Crimson Queen dropping. First player is going to go down from Bravo Zulu Elite, as BZ Elite is going to get into another fight here and going to have to back away. There's players upstairs as well. There's 3 teams in this building.
There's 3 teams in here, and they're all basically on a separate level, so we're just waiting to see who's going to hop up first. And I mean, I think the only way you can go is up at this point. TWS are going to be ones that are going to be hopping onto that top point and just trying to re-shield here as they get ready for this initial fight. But I really think everybody else, they're just going to kind of make sure they don't get shot and hit from above here. TWS now going to start to make the move here. A couple players are up toward the top, so this is a good opportunity, but Hyped ends up in some trouble as there's a couple teams on the same level at this point.
Yeah, they're just all around here, and Hyped is going to go down to the defensive bombardment. You're going to see the ult come out from Seer, and TWS is going to go down early 16th as Soft Plushie's going to be the kill leader. 3 kills, but that is a huge TWS. A team that has been consistently placing high with high kills is going to go out early in our finals.
Yeah, they're going to go out early, and I mean, now it's going to be a big opportunity for the rest of the top 10 teams to try to make a name for themselves and move themselves up the rope. And because we see 2 of them out now. We got Deep out and we have TWS out. Now it's the rest of the team's opportunity to make the most of this and get the most points as possible.
Yeah, Bravo Zulu just trying to back away. They have picked up Crimson Queen's beacon, so they are going to try to just back out, try to survive and get to a beacon to be able to respawn their teammate. Unfortunately, right now, Final Countdown is shooting in all the shots above them as physically possible. It looks like Bravo Zulu Elite should be able to get out. It looks like they are going to get to cover into the maze, and they will back down in a way. Meanwhile, Final Countdown is going to take over everything there on that pad. So North Pad is going to go to them. Silly Little Guys are going to be here out towards Launch Pad, it looks like. Or excuse me, no, they are also in North Pad. They are going to be looking here on towards Final Countdown.
They're going to be looking in. So, Little Guys, the team that could, bringing it back after being down a player for the first couple of matches, ended up placing really well throughout the group stage. So they'll be sitting in 2nd place. So as long as they get these first few kills, they have a great opportunity to get some points here. And as long as they're able to place well after that, I mean, they're the sneaky team that kind of worked their way up here. I think everybody's counting them out because I know RE Twerk Team and Sim Squad also had great showings alongside Dead Presidents. But I think Silly Little Guys are actually one of the few favorites here.
No, definitely. I mean, SK is actually pulling out an interesting comp here. You got Bangalore, Bloodhound, and Newcastle. So this is a combo we have not seen yet today. So interesting plays out of them. As you're going to see Kill Switch on that Newcastle. It is going to be in the back. They're going to lose the Bangalore, though. They're going to trade 1 for 1 here. As you can see, the Gibby is coming in, and there's going to be a push. That's going to be a flush player. That's going to be 1 going down. As Boozy is going to play around this truck, and he's going to chase down this Gibby. And this should be a finish. Yep. That is going to be... Excuse me, that is going to be Squires exiting in 15th place.
Yeah, Squires going to get taken out. Just a rough day for the Squires, who haven't been able to get much going. They do get a point out of that 15th place finish, but there's really just not a lot going on for them. So it's just going to be some fodder there for the rest of the squads who are able to pick them up. But keep an eye. This area is about to get real delicate here. There's a lot of teams. I think I saw at least 4 on the mini-map here who are going to be just kind of hanging around this area. So just keep an eye on who's going to be able to get this engagement first. This drone definitely going to help when you're spotting enemies with it.
Yeah, this is Team X66 here, working their way through Mill. Odd People is going to be nearby, though, and this is the team that they were trying to spot out. As Odd People going to just set up inside this house. Not sure exactly what they're trying to do for the time being, but they should have plenty of time, basically, as this circle is going to be closing in towards them. They are inside the circle, and RE Twerk Team is actually going to be coming up behind X66 on the mini-map that we can see. So Odd People is going to have a huge fight going on around them as X66 is going to spot some of this. They're going to try to back away, but RE Twerk Team is inside of Mills, and you can see they believe they've been spotted with that Seer Q coming out. So that's going to be the Seer ult dropped by RE Twerk Team, and we're going to see as they're not sure where their enemies are yet.
They're not sure yet, but they are certainly going to find out once they get on out of here. You see Cam Beans and Cash going to be pushing up. This team here, X66, is going to wait in the bubble, and then the Valkyrie ult is going to go down, so they will be out of here. But they're going to get some bullets probably shot at them from down below, but they just don't want any part of this gunfight quite yet. They can go somewhere else and just regroup for another day. So good ult out of them to get on out, and they can definitely regroup here. They're definitely one of those fringe teams that have an opportunity to shoot up the rankings if they're able to play this right.
Yep, and you can see Crucial's team is coming in from up top. I mean, S9 is going to take advantage of that drone. There's a lot of crypto that's been played on Stormpoint. I think 4 or 5 of the rosters actually use crypto, I think, in this game. Northpad is going to have some fights going on up top. As you're going to see, that's the side Silly Little Guys and Co. I believe just got out. Final Countdown is the ones taking shots at them. That is them leaving. But here comes another roster. There's 4 teams up there. And as of right now in the middle, you're going to have the Crunch Stars working in. S9 is going to be working in from the back. There are teams everywhere rotating in towards this circle. Across the board, it seems, as we're going to be on board with Alex and Wonderland. Try to take shots on towards Mills. As you can see, that player just trying to back away, but they are going to be inside, or excuse me, I think both teams are inside the zone, so there's not going to be a whole lot of pressures. These teams will probably just kind of look at each other.
Yeah, everyone's going to kind of have a nice staring contest from across the map, making sure that no one is going to make any sudden moves whatsoever, and just don't want to make sure that. Now here comes a gunfight. It's going to be Goofy Oz raining down from above, and they're actually going to get the jump on this too. They're going to get 2 players down trying to use their shield, but it's not going to be enough. So now it's going to be JD Fighter who's going to be going down, and the last player is going to try to come in on a pinch, going to try to make this play. It's going to be the last of Disciples. It's going to be Causeway who's just going to go down. So Pope's Disciples gets absolutely ran there by Goofy Oz, but I think one of the other players is actually going to be in another gunfight.
Yep, I mean, there it does look like, yeah, there's going to be pinch from both sides. There's going to be 3 players, 3 teams actually coming in. All for this, you're going to have, that's going to be Goofy Oz. They're going to be fighting with, I believe that's Dead Presidents in front of them, and that's RE Twerk team behind them. And this is like the worst possible situation you'd ever want to be in as a team. If you're looking at basically 2 of the top 3 teams in the lobby are both coming for you. You don't want that to happen at all. Dead Presidents is going to be tucked away in this corner. You can see our Twerk team is on the roof. Just trying to figure out where these guys have gone. And on the inside, I mean, yeah, there's just players everywhere. I mean, they're going to spot one. And that is going to be, actually, I don't know what he was doing floating out there. He's going to end up dropping down. Jordan goes down. And that does look like they're going to try to get that revive off. But yeah, that was just caught out of position. I guess it's floating up in the middle of nowhere. And RE Twerk team, I think, is going to try to evacuate here. They don't want any part of this anymore. On the other side, Goofy Oz is taking the fight to Dead Presidents, though. You can see them going for it. The shield swap, or he's looking for one, I think. Doesn't look like there's a shield inside as the zone is coming in. It is going to stop there close to them, but not fully on top. But yeah, this finals is kicking off right now. We still got 13 squads left. There was a lot to go, so these teams definitely working for it, you can see.
And again, there's a lot of teams in the bottom who are just trying to move their way up for right now. We're starting to see those middle of the pack teams start to make a real statement, start to get the kills they need to, and get the plays they need to keep themselves and try to propel themselves up to the top 10 of the rankings. We're at least going to see one team probably get busted on in there after TWS's early exit, as well as Team Deeps. So we might see at least a couple of teams start to put themselves in a prime position in order to make themselves known within these final few matches.
Yep, I mean, Crunch Stars did get out of it, so I mean, or excuse me, yeah, no, Crunch Stars was able to escape their earlier situation. Goofy Oz now is just going to be there in a 1v1, I believe, actually, over here. Trying to figure out as the player's going to be playing inside the dome, but the team support's going to be there from behind. Dead Presidents is going to take them down. There goes Goofy Oz. Eddie's going to drop, though, actually, so this is going to be a fight going on the other side. I believe it's going to be Roller Coaster involved. Crunch Stars is just trying to stay alive here on the outside. Dead Presidents did actually lose trademarks in this process, and while this all go down, Roller Coaster is in a fight, and they're gonna go down. That is going to be Boozy's coming in. He's got 5 kills alone in this game.
Oh, but heads up. Here comes S9. S9 is actually moving up here, but we have a lot going on. There is another big 3-team battle happening on the complete opposite side of the map. So we are not even getting close to the final circle yet, and we have everybody just completely submerging on each other and going for these infinite these little chows. Here, look at this. Now they're all just starting to gather here in this circle. I mean, this is going to be an absolute massacre once again.
Yep, and they know this player's out here, and outside he's actually going to get one. He's not going to be able to get another, though, as the revive, I believe, is going to try to come in, and his teammates are not going to be there to support to try and fix that knock. And there goes X66. They're going to get caught in the back. They're going to get shut down. So they are going to drop there is still a team on the ground. That is Sim Squad down there. I think Ari Twerk is aware that they're still there, as they're going to fly back up, try to get on. Here comes the defensive bombardment. That is going to be a lot of pain heading the way of Sim Squad right now. If Alex and Wonderland can stay alive, they do know they're here, as the nades are going to fly out, and we're going to see... Oh, the COD timing was real.
Oh, great shots. Oh, great shots there. Ari Twerk team, though, still raining in from above now. But now, look, 13 from behind. Ari Twerk team getting hit from bullets left and right. They don't know where they're getting hit from, but they do know they're getting damaged. They got to hide out so they can't attack Sim Squad anymore, as silly little guys appear to be coming in from above to start causing some more havoc. And Ari Twerk team actually gets beat out.
Yeah, they are now out. The Sim Squad was able to turn it around. They were able to recover, and they're going to close out that team. So, I mean, it is going to be silly little guys on top of the down beast in prime position right now for this game, as they're going to be able to have so much coverage, and they're going to just have to be able to watch. All the teams are now entering the general vicinity. You can see Sim Squad, they're up on the top left. They're not going to bother doing anything. They can just sit there and chill for the time being. Final countdown, and other teams related, that's going to be a scout. Probably doesn't want that. But, I mean, you're going to see if anyone's going to challenge here up towards the teams up top, as rotation's going to come in on the Trident, as well as all the teams getting in here. Going to see whether or not, they're just waving at each other through the windows.
Yep, just gonna kind of play a little bit of a peekaboo match and just see if they can play some duck hunt all at the same time, trying to get just a couple of shots, just kind of, you know, prime them and get ready to go. You got to put the prime on before you put on the full paint. So these guys just gonna kind of wait to do their final assault. Just gonna start this out, but they got a player on a vehicle and they're just lighting them up. So now here comes SK, gonna push on through, and I don't think this player has a chance in hell of getting out of this one. They are by themselves, and it's gonna be the last of Odd People as Tiger Boy goes down on account of boozies. So Odd People go out. And now we have 8 squads left, and you can see on the map, this middle part is where it's going to get dicey.
Yep, and this is SK making a statement too. I mean, Boozy's by himself has 6 kills. So I don't know about what the rest of his team is looking like, but they're definitely looking like in pretty good shape. You got silly little guys up top just raining in fire from the top side. And then, I mean, you got to look at where this circle is going to be heading next as well. There's a lot of dead bodies here for Bravo Zulu Elite to work with here. They can pick up some fresh armors. They can pick up some new stuff. As you can see, the players moving around the outside, but that's going to be Crimson Queen going down again. They're going to lose one, and I think, well, that player is trying to get a shield swap off, is not going to be able to do so, and instead, this is going to be Sim Squad rolling through, and this should probably be Bravo Zulu Elite going down, as actually Sim Squad might have overstepped. They might have overstepped. Bravo Zulu is going to go down. Final countdown is now here. It's a surprise from around the corner, as these players are all going to be going back and forth. That's going to be a nice spot to place an ultimate. They're going to know exactly where the enemies are. But this just got ridiculous real fast. They were not ready. It was a surprise around the corner. And they said, hello.
And I wonder where that silly little guy's player left. I believe it was silly little guy's player who was down on the bottom, who ended up getting out of that situation to stay alive. And it just seemed like Sim Squad just did not know at final countdown we're going to be waiting in that corner, so it just causes their push. This is the second time we've seen Sim Squad involved in a push and had to kind of back off after realizing that there were more teams that were just going to be involved in this fight than they originally wanted.
Yep, and that is actually going to be, I believe this is S9 getting caught here. Or I'm not sure exactly who it is, but Sim Squad is down to 2 players. There's only 1 player left now. You can see S9 is going to have 3. They're coming in late to the party, looking for this third party, I guess. But they end up not going to find anyone home, as they're just going to be looking around. There's not going to be anyone there. Sim Squad is going to be bleeding out. There's going to be 1 player here, and the other one has managed to escape. The rest of the players are coming in. Final countdown is going to be here. They're probably going to spot that person on the ground, and that will be finished off. But that is going to be a lot of players going down. There is 7 squads left, 17 players left in the game. We're going to see how they end up working this.
Yeah, they're going to try to work this out. S9 trying to rain in from above, but they're actually getting hit from all directions. They're not going to be able to engage on this fight fully like they want to. And I think there's 1 player who's actually going to be pushing in on them. It might cause them some trouble. Meanwhile, Final Countdown, who have had the lower ground throughout most of this stage of the game, have still been able to stay alive, and most of them have armor. So they're going to be ready to re-engage once it gets to the top. It looks like that's exactly what they're about to do.
Yeah, S9 is eating shots from both directions, and they are out. They just, they just took fire from every single direction possible. It was the players from Silly Little Guys up on top of the Beast with the Scout. Crunch Stars is now up here as well. I believe they have taken the high ground. I think Silly Little Guys has fallen off since that rotation needs to come through for that final circle. So you can see Crunch Stars now in a pretty decent position as they're just standing up here, trying to work with Silly Little Guys. Only has 1 player left. It's only Fate Bloom, who is still alive down here. So they're successfully staying alive. Dead President's down to 2 players as well. So a lot of these players don't want to have to move unless forced, because they don't want to expose themselves out.
Yeah, they don't want to just get caught out in the open here. You see Final Countdown. That is their river at this point. I mean, they have been down there basically this entire sequence of events, and they just have not been able to get taken out of it. They were able to get a nice pinch to take out S9, but they've just basically retreated down there and are basically letting the other teams start doing the rest of the work here, because they can absolutely just re-engage and get these final kills. But you do have to keep an eye on Dead President. They have 2 players left, but you see them. We saw them huddled in that rock formation. They're going to do the same thing that they done last time. They're going to wait and strike once they get down to the final 2 teams and wait for the damage to be done first.
Yep, silly little guys. I mean, the last player, Fate, just trying to stay alive as they make this transition. There is not a lot of cover, and that is heavily going to favor the defensive agents now all of a sudden, as you're going to, agents, I guess it's legends because it's Apex Legend, not Valorant. So the Newcastle is going to be quite nice to be able to make your own cover. Crunchstar is actually going to lose a player, and they're probably going to lose more to the zone here. Both these players are going to go down that have been downed here, as Fate is actually going to catch one from behind. That is going to be another kill point.
Oh,
as Sim Squad is out.
Wow, what is happening? So Sim Squad is going to go down. Dead Presidents is in trouble, and Crunchstars also getting into a little bit of heat here, but it looks like they've regained here. They lose one player, but look at rain down from above. Crunch Hub is going to take down Dead Presidents. 4 squads left, and it looks like Crunchstars actually have the jump on this. They're continuing to fire away, but now the rain from above is going to cause them to move back and hide in the shield for a little bit, but they have to regain some shields.
Yeah, I mean, they're also being shot in the back as well. They got to make a call, and they got to make it quick. You got to pick a spot to go. Final Countdown is still on the low ground.
They're still there.
Yeah, they're still down here. They're still working it out. Crunch Stars is actually going to get pincered in place. One's going to go down. I don't know who that is. Crunch Stars, that's Fate. That was Fate who picks up another kill. So he got 2.
And now it's just SK. Final Countdown knows exactly where they are. They know there's one bleeding out, and that's going to be easy. Beams coming in out of Final Countdown, but one player of Final Countdown goes down. So now it's going to be a 2v2 situation. Who's going to be able to regain first? The ring seems to be kind of out of the equation right now. It's really just going to be about who is going to be able to chow at the right time. And I will mention that SK now has the bottom ground, and it looks like they might be able to get a revive here after the smoke.
Yeah, they should be able to. I mean, if you're the side, oh, that was a nice nade. These are some nice nades coming through the smokes. They will see everything. They're going to knock Boozies again for the 2nd time. They have a seer. So that does give them the sight to be able to see. So Sop Plushie is able to, yeah, he's going to get that down as they're going to push in towards the Newcastle ult. And they might have overstepped. Kill Switch is going to pick up 1. The shots are going in from Savior, but it's only hitting the Newcastle ult, so it's not actually taking anything down. You can see the players are trying to just heal back up behind it. Kill Switch is so low. He cannot do a whole lot. As you can see, the players are trying to just back up. But I do believe Voster being up on the top ground here is probably going to be the winning call for his team. I mean, look at that. There's nowhere for them to hide. The stuns are going to come through, and there you go. That should be 1 for sure, as they're going to just pop in from the back, and that is it. Final Countdown is going to win your first finals match of the evening with a very nicely played victory.
So that just made things a lot more interesting, because we saw a lot of early exits there in the top 10, but we did see top 5 finishes of at least 2 of those squads. We see a lot of the middle of the pack squads finally starting to find their identity and finally start to make the plays they know they can make. Final Countdown played that perfectly. They were on the low ground for a lot of that play, but they were still able to time everything just right, because they knew they were 3rd teaming like crazy, and they knew there were other teams up.
Once again, with another match, it's going to be round 2. We had a giant leap in the standings as a result of that last match. Final Countdown went absolutely insane at the very end. 31 points. They're already 19 away from the threshold. Like, they could be done by the time this is done. Like, after this game, they could be match point eligible, which is absolutely insane to think about.
Yeah, I mean, we had a massive jump. So Final Countdown seeing with 31 points. Never mind, you need 50, and then another win after that to make sure that you get that chip and win the finals at the end of it. But we still have a lot of players, or a lot of teams, that are still sitting in the wings, and they're not done quite yet.
No, absolutely not. I mean, you have the teams that you're expecting to be there up at the top. I mean, you got Silly Little Guys in 2nd right now, SK in 3rd, Dead Presidents in 4th. You know these teams are going to be coming in. They're going to be going crazy, and they know exactly what they need to do to get these victories. They've been getting them this entire time. Group stage is not that much different. There's only 2 fewer teams as of right now, right? So these teams are going to be rolling their way forward. We're definitely looking forward to how they're going to work this. A team that we were definitely looking at is going to be TWS. They did not have a very good first game. They went out, and I believe it was 15th place. Excuse me, they actually went out in 10th with 1 kill. Or no, they did go out in 16th. I'm looking at this completely the wrong way. They went out in 16th place with 1 kill, and that is very unusual from what we've seen over the course of today. So definitely looking forward to seeing how they are going to be working their way forward. On the rest of the map, I mean, you can see it's basically just uncontested across the board. Everyone is just very spread out, doing whatever they want, except for TWS here. They are in an engagement. I do believe that is going to be Bravo Zulu Elite, which is another team that ended up dropping out pretty early. Actually, they got to 8th, so they did twice as good as TWS. But now I'm not sure if this is a fight they want to take, because TWS is probably very upset.
Oh, TWS is probably pissed. They are going to lock in, and they're going to make sure that any engagement they get into is going to be a rough one. So keep an eye out on this squad. They have just a lot of power and momentum going their way. So let's see if they're going to be able to pick it back up. It looks like they're already firing bullets. And Bravo Zulu, you're right, do not want this chow. They want to sit in here and keep it quiet. But I think TWS, I think their plans are going to overrule theirs.
Yep, definitely. I mean, you look at where the teams are spread out all across the map. I mean, TWS is going to be in this engagement here, putting in shots. We're going to see whether or not Bravo Zulu Elite wants to back down from this. As of right now, it doesn't look like they intend on moving anywhere. Depends on how long their meds are going to last, though. As of right now, the Phoenix kit's going to be loaded up and locked. They're going to be just trying to heal up here. They do have the high ground. They do have a better position here than TWS. But you can see they're closing in. Hyped is going to be moving up here to this building. And you're going to see that, I mean, that's going to be a Seer all dropping down. They're going to know exactly where these guys are. They do have a horizon. They're just going to take an elevator basically up. They're going to throw it down, and here we go. The elevator comes up on towards these players. Hyped is going to get shots into one. They're going to crack the Wraith, and they're just going to back down off of this, actually. They're pretty happy to just kind of get the damage in. No, instead, actually, Bravo Zulu Elite's inside the building. I thought they dropped off, or they were still on the roof, but that's not the case. And that is going to be a player going down. That's trouble. That is Bravo Zulu Elite. They are down. They have fully dropped out. There's only one player that they were able to knock, so that is Bravo Zulu Elite exiting in 18th place.
Yeah, I mean, that is going to be a quick leave for the Bravo Zulu Elite. They are going to fall right down. TWS showing exactly what we were talking about, how aggressive they want to be in this game. I think they're going to continue that on. They want to just push on through and try to get these quicker battles. They seem to thrive in a lot of these more aggressive pushes. So if they're able to find a lot more squads out, they're going to be trouble for literally anybody else.
Yep, well, I mean, the good news is that there's probably nobody else going to be in their vicinity for quite a while. This will give them the wall. They're going to have plenty of space to work with now. As a result, we're going to be here with Ari Twerk team now. Going to be on board. Johnny Smells running the Valkyrie here. Ran Seer for most of the World's Edge games. As they're going to be moving around. Crunch Stars is going to be set up here on the beacon. They're going to be running Gibby, Seer, and Valkyrie. There's going to be a nice combination. This is probably one of the more common combinations I think you're probably seeing now in Apex, especially on a map like Stormpoint. Seer. People are discovering that, hey, Seer is kind of strong. And everyone else is kind of following suit. There are a lot of Seers in this lobby. And I want to say most teams, as of right now, are running it.
Yeah, I mean, most teams are probably going to just try to switch things up a little bit at this point to try to get things moving and try to get things going in the right direction. So you might see a couple of comp changes here and there for some of the lower mid-pack teams. But those mid-pack teams are the ones that are making the most noise right now, especially as they are looking to try to continue the progress that they've gained in that first match. I mean, that first match was the rise of the mid-pack.
No, absolutely. We're beginning mode with our champions. Final countdown is going to be off up here in the north end of the map. I believe Goofy Oz is running as a duo for this game. I do believe a player had to end up exiting as a result of real life commitment. So unfortunately, they are going to be running as a duo. 030C going to be working their way here around Stormcatcher, I believe it is. Just trying to loot up everyone. It doesn't really want to have to deal with anybody as of right now as we're heading towards the first rotation.
Yeah, we start heading in, going towards the first rotation. It's really going to matter who sees who first. Who is going to get that first glance of where these teams are rotating and seeing where they can try to start maybe making a play here. Like I said, there's going to be a few teams who I expect are going to start being a little bit more aggressive and try to get in on a little more kill action instead of just trying to work towards the placements. They realize how easy, and I think they realize after the first few point standings for that first final match that they're going to have to make quick work of this, because Final Countdown, again, scored 31 points. So they are primed and ready to get another big showing here. So the rest of the squads are going to have to follow suit.
Yep, I mean, we are going to be on board with Sim Squad. They are going to be in an engagement here. I'm not sure who this is in front of them, but there's going to be 3 of those players. It's actually Silly Little Guys. These guys are going to be in an early engagement. They're probably going to just try and run for it. They've been able to play this quite well over the course of the game, and they know they don't want to take any early fights. It's not worth the risk for them. They're just going to back down, try to get out of dodge, and probably, if possible, they're waiting for this ult to charge up on the Valkyrie so they can just get out of here. and not have to deal with this, deal with the enemies in front of them. I mean, the team that was on them might have just disappeared off into the armory. But we'll have to see what else we'll be able to do, as there is going to be fight here over towards storm caches, it looks like.
It looks like it just kind of throwing the ability, throwing some grenades, trying to get some initial flares up in the air. Roller Coaster just letting them know that we are here and we are ready to rock and roll. As they start to move on up, they start to just kind of close in on the one team, but we got a bit of a fight happening towards where the circle is about to close. I see a few teams getting into it here. Roller Coaster being one of them. Now some shots being fired. The general direction is O3OC. One of the few teams you would expect, again, in some of these early gunfights, are now really starting to pick up steam. They're firing from the hills, and they might be able to pick off a couple players here if they keep their lasers pointed straight.
Yep, I mean, their players are just going to launch themselves out. They're going to take the gravity cannon. They're going to get out of there. And over, I mean, Silly Little Guys is still in a fight, actually, over near towards No Name, as it does look like that players have all entered the zone and they're all involved in a fight, as these players are going to be making the rotation through N10. This is going to be S9 on the come up from the behind. As I mean, if I can check real quick, it does look like Silly Little Guys did escape. They did end up getting out of there, as it was Sim Squad that they were fighting with inside of the armory. So these players, Sim Squad, does look like they're going to just finish up inside the armory. They're going to loot up, and Silly Little Guys did get out. They just Valk ulted out of there, so they did exactly what was expected. Meanwhile, S9 is now in an engagement with players. Not sure who exactly it is, but this is also RE Twerk team on your screen, also in a gunfight. I'm not sure what team this is. That is a Maggie drill, so I believe only 1 or 2 teams is running Maggie as of right now. So we're going to see where exactly these players are, where they're fighting with. As I'm just trying to scan the list quickly to figure out who the heck is running Mad Maggie here. And it is going to be odd people. It is odd people.
Yeah, Cosmic's going to go down. S9 gets eliminated all in the process as well. RE Twerk team now in some trouble. They're getting pinched in from the sides. The one player is going to be Alex in Wonderland goes down. So it's going to be and Johnny Smalls who are going to have to back this one up just a little bit and try to regain here, as Alex in Wonderland still suffer from blood loss underneath. I think you have to be able to get him, but look at Majestic here, kind of sneaking in from the side. I don't know what type of play he has in mind, but he actually might have something. He's able to get the right timing.
Yep, this is the Pope's team currently on top of RE Twerk team, and there's another player overlooking them, it looks like, as Pope is going to drop down below. It's going to be JD Fighter. He's going to come up. He's going to pick up Alex in Wonderland. He's going to down him once again, so he's going to drop. As you can see, players working up towards the top. And, I mean, again, it's just, yeah, the back and forth fight. The problem for RE Twerk team is that there's going to be a pinch coming in around them. If they're not able to deal with Pope's team quickly enough, there's going to be additional players entering from a third party. So we're going to see, they're going to spot. He's going to spot that player that just crossed. And he's just going to try to get him to just sort of back away, get around this corner, and try to stay alive. As it's going to be, I mean, Johnny Smalls is going to just leap out into the middle of 2 players. He's going to get a knock! They hit fire!
Oh my god, just absolutely down. Majestic just put him on his back. The no-scope shot just puts him down. So now Post Labels is in some serious trouble as Causeway, last alive, is going to just try to shield up a little bit before making a play, but I don't know what play they even have anymore.
I mean, in the meantime, Johnny Smalls is crawling away, trying to stay alive. Team deep in trouble here as they're taking fire from the outside. As it does look like, well, I mean, players are going to start moving in here. I mean, engagements, SK is in a bit of a trouble as well. There's a lot of players here. Sim Squad is still in the circle. They're just chilling. They're making their way slowly downtown, trying to get across there. But as of right now, Silly Ox is going to take down Alex in Wonderland, though. Alex is going to drop. This is a problem for RE Twerk team, as they're going to go out.
They're going to go out. RE Twerk team gets eliminated again. Such a tough showing for RE Twerk team in the first 2 games of this playoff series. Arguably, or not even arguably, they were in the top 3, I think. One of the best teams going into this playoff stage, coming out of groups, has now been fallen, just completely getting destroyed in the first few moments of these first 2 matches. This is going to be tough for them to bring it back from, as the top end of these standings tends to continue and stay alive and just not drop anything so far.
I mean, there's a lot of players like, I mean, there's just so many players, like, they're falling behind again and again. They were so good in the opening, but as of right now, I mean, they're sitting at basically, it's 10 points. They haven't moved from those 10 points. Like, they got the 10 points in the last time. They're going to pick up 0 this time. They're just not fielding a whole lot on the board. And, I mean, you're looking at Final Countdown right now. They're 19 points away from being match eligible. Silly Little Guys is still a ways away. It'll take them at least 2 games. But everybody else is going to start pulling away, and RE Twerk team is falling behind off the rip, so that's not a great start for them going into this.
Yeah, so I mean, Final Countdown is just gonna play this nice and slow. They're really looking for the placing. They want to get themselves eligible, so they're just gonna kind of wait this one out. Meanwhile, the other teams are going to meet before they even get to them. So you're gonna start to see them start to push together and start to push in and just try to start fighting each other out. So meanwhile, Final Countdown just wants to play it so they just want to make themselves eligible. They don't need to necessarily get a bunch of kills to do that, but a few kills at the end during the chaotic final circle, as well as a nice placing, will help too.
Yep, I mean, Goofy Oz is going to be working around the outside here. Crunch Stars has taken over this building, and I believe this was the building that was originally being shot into for that did house RE Twerk team. As you can see, the northern edge of the wall has 4 teams going on over there. Silly Little Guys is now getting into a fight with TWS up top, it looks like. I think TWS has spotted these players. Silly Little Guys is now evacuating out the other side of the wall, it looks like. They're trying to just figure out a way out of this because they do not want to take this fight. As the TWS is just going to gatekeep on top of this. They're just waiting for somebody to come by, and it looks like Silly Little Guys might be aware of that fact.
They might be aware, and honestly, they're going to have a lot of takers once they start to get figured out here, but Dead Presidents is going to be the ones firing some shots over towards that hill area. They got a couple players stuck behind a rock. They don't have really much place to go, so Dead Presidents is going to do all they can to do some early damage now in order to start considering a chow, but I think they're starting to realize that there are other teams basically all around them, so this is going to get violent.
No, 100% violent. I mean, Final Countdown is very nicely set up in this building, but there are players on the roof that is going to be Team Deep on top of them. I'm not sure if either of them have figured out. I mean, the player from Team Deep there does have a Kraber, it looks like, but there's no glass roof, so they don't know that this player's right beneath them. In the meantime, this is going to be a hood round, and Silly Little Guys is going to be coming up into an engagement here. They're going to be taking some shots, working around the outside, trying to just get on top of, I don't even know what these are called, to be honest. Snowballs?
Yeah, I'm not totally sure either.
I mean what I call them when I play is not something I should be saying on broadcast. So,
okay, I'm gonna ask you about that later. So Goofy Oz, who actually seem to be a player down, are going to be putting in, and Roller Coaster gets eliminated. So Roller Coaster is going to get put out, and Goofy Oz might not be too far behind. There's only one player left here for Goofy Oz, and it's going to be this player sitting on top and just trying to do what they can, throwing the arcs down, and Team Deep gets eliminated all on the same token. So we're starting to see squads start to drop, and we're starting to see other players take the high ground, and Silly Little Guys are going to look to take out this final player right here. 3, 2, 1, you're dead, you're gone. Goofy Oz eliminated. Oh, Final Countdown gets taken out. Final Countdown gets discovered inside of the building and gets taken out as well. So we're going to have a major shift in the standings.
Yeah, I mean, Final Countdown, I don't think actually picked up a lot of KP either. If I can check that
SK's
real quick.
out too. SK gets taken
Final
out.
Countdown had 3 kills. They had 3 kills and they came in 12, so they're only going to go up 4 points. So they're nowhere near match eligibility as of right now. So you're looking at teams like TWS leading the way with 6 kills. Team X66 also has 4. So a lot of these teams looking to make some late surges up the rankings as of right now. Dead Presidents with 1. That's another team that you're looking at right now that did some fantastic play in the early stages of the game, of a group stage, and now you're gonna be looking for them to continue on moving forward as we're heading towards the late stages of this game. There's 10 teams left. Can Bean's gonna go down. Odd people will be eliminated as well.
Odd people getting eliminated. We're seeing a lot of these lower tiered teams start to finally make some plays. You see them starting to really scout out these higher tier teams. It was Final Countdown who were really sitting in there as Pope Disciples get taken out too. You saw Final Countdown. I think they're sitting in their backfire because they realized that the middle was collapsing and really weren't going to be able to do much in that area, but they tried to play it out anyway. X66 going down, and now we're only down to 7.
Yeah, I mean, there's teams that got to make on this outside rotation. I mean, that team coming in from the west side has to pick where exactly they want to go. It looks like they're going to go around the south part of the rock formation. Sarcastical and Esquires have made it to the top 7. That's the first time I think they've made it this far in a game. They've been able to do it successfully without, I think, encountering any players. As TWS is still here, they're still chilling. They know they are spotted, though. There is a team that is aware that they're up here now, so they know, and that is going to be Silly Little Guys that is going to have to make a decision.
Yeah, they're going to have to make a decision. They have to make it now. So Silly Little Guys are really kind of feeling confident in their position right now. So they might be able to stay there. But meanwhile, Sim Squad, I think, has an idea of where they're at. So they're going to look to try to make this play, get some shots fired over their general direction. But you got to watch that backside of where Silly is. They're going to probably get hit from the back by a few squads. So they got to play this nice and carefully here. And they got to pick a time to strike or a time to get out.
Yep, I mean, Squires is going to have to make a decision here as well. You're right. TWS still inside. Where is Zafi? Oh, okay, he's just sitting in a corner. I was very confused as to his position there, to be honest. But they're still just waiting for this team to come up. You can see the circle is going to shift, so they are also going to have to move. It's going to be all around the wall. This is going to be very close quarter. There's so many ledges to sit behind. So you're going to see how these teams are going to be able to approach this. O3OC is coming in from the side. So they're going to be working their way around the south edge of this wall, trying to get in here. I mean, there is a team to their right. I don't think they've spotted the player with the Kraber up top. Silly Little Guys is still out here on the back side. I don't know if they're... I mean, at some point, they probably have to decide is like, okay, we have to fly because we don't want to go through the funnel inside the wall. But I also don't know if they have the verticality here to get over. And they're actually going to be dealing... I think that's O3OC there over on the edge that they could spotted. Oh, no, it's Sim Squad.
Yeah, Sim Squad's going to be kind of hanging out over by that edge. But again, this final circle has a lot of teams not in it at all. There's 4 teams stacked upon there, and we have the other 3 just kind of way on the outside. So they're going to have to run over towards this hill, but they have to watch each other because they're essentially running parallel to each other once they get out of this hole.
Yeah, but you can see Squires is making this rotation. I mean, they've done a fantastic job of staying alive, and they're getting ready to be in the circle. But this is going to be Sim Squad coming from behind, inside of the wall. This is where the fight's going down. TWS is now going to be falling back here, as Zeffy is just trying to retreat here. It does look like, or I'm not actually sure. I mean, they are tracking the players beneath them, but there's no one to go beneath them. Yeah, they just got stuck. I think they just got stuck.
They might have got stuck in the hole, so now they're going to be gone. So Silly Little Guys finishing low as well in that bottom 7 spot. And now the rest of the fight is coming to the Squires, who actually might have the upper edge of this fight with this bubble shield in play. The rest of them still have shields. Casticle is going to go down, though. And now the rest of these players are going to go down. It just fell apart quickly for the Squires. Lead final one up is probably going to go down, but it's actually putting a big on fight. Squires finally get taken out.
They were that close. Look how close they were.
Look at the HP of McLovin.
Squires, that would have been huge for them to take down Sim Squad. Unfortunately, it was not going to be the case. I think he just ran out of bullets in his main gun, and unfortunately, the 30-30, not the best close-range weapon you could have, but that would have been a fantastic one coming out of them. As you can see, I mean, the shots are coming in. The Watson will lose the shield. It's going to be Dead Presidents up here, so the best remaining team, I believe, in the lobby as of right now is going to be Dead Presidents, trying to make it work. As actually Sim Squad and TWS are both still alive, as well as Crunch Star. So there's a lot of top-ranked teams right now still alive, but the circle is coming straight for Dead Presidents. You're going to see Crunch Stars have to move. Sim Squad is behind him, and I don't know if they're aware that they're there. And then you're going to have O3OC sitting off to the right. So we're going to see in about 30 seconds, when the circle starts moving, what they decide to do.
Yeah, I mean, let's see what they decide to do. I mean, they're going to be waiting up top. And they're going to see if they just kind of want to sit back and stand by for right now. Looks like they're going to do so. Dead Presidents, remember how patient this team is. They've been doing it the entire tournament. They have been waiting throughout that entire group stage, and they're even doing it now. And you see O3OC also waiting in the wings. This is a team we haven't seen much of, especially in a top 5 situation. But they're here now, and Sim Squad going to get into a fight. Here we go. Here comes the decider.
Yeah, this is Crunch Stars coming in. They're going to absolutely laser one. The second, the Seer is also extremely low. This is unfortunate. That's going to be 2 downs there. So Sim Squad not looking too good. It's just going to be the Watson trying to book it away. Was that an enemy? That's an enemy. Sim Squad. Acunia did not see that player, I want to say, apparently. And is going to get dropped. Does look like the players are just coming in for, and down they go. So Sim Squad's going to exit in 5th place. So O3OC is going to pick up those kills, it looks like. Crunch Stars is going to pick up the other 2, as they're going to be coming in from the edge. Dead Presidents still nicely set up on top of this building here. TWS healing up as they come in from the wall. So you can see the positions and where they're going to end up going. They does look like they're going to be spotted. They're going to call in the mobile respawn beacon for some cover, but Dead Presidents is staring right at them.
Dead Presidents staring right at him, but TWS, they are huddled up in a great position. Shields are in their favor here, but Dead Presidents also in a good position, and they're going to be waiting. They're going to be waiting. The final round about to just put on in. Remember, O3OC seems to be the disruptor in this series. They might be able to pull something crazy. They are underground, and I don't think Crunch Stars are too concerned with them, but now the fight comes on in, and now the fight comes down as O3OC starting to fire bullets. I believe that is actually Crunch Stars that they're trying to deal with, but they are getting beamed very quickly, losing a lot of their shields. Meanwhile, Crunch Stars could definitely go for the shell, but they have to watch that third team. It could be TWS. and it could be dead presidents. They're not sure who, so they're going to try to play this nice and carefully, but they do want these kills.
Yep, TWS is now going to try and move. They have to move because of the way the circle's moving, and they're going to go right into the guns of dead presidents. G-Man's going to get dropped immediately. Hyped is also taking a considerable amount of damage. It's only Zaffy who's going to be back here, and it does look like he's...
Wow!
I mean, he's going to take the elevator. I don't know if he's going to survive here. He does the landing. He's not Horizon, though, and he's going to be stunned upon landing. Does go down. So I'm not sure if Hyped will be able to pick him up. The dead presidents put in a lot of damage up top. O3OC is actually going to fall. Aaron, with 5, I believe that's 6 kills actually, is now going to be the kill leader in the lobby. As you can see, players are getting picked up here. Dead presidents is in a prime position to take this victory with their rooftop position. O3OC does not have an easy way to get up there.
No, but Hyped is going to try to get out, and he's going to try to get himself into a better position to try to get at least the top 2 placement. Hey, he even could clutch up, but he's losing shields very quickly, and dead presidents still have the ground above him, and there goes TWS. So it's dead presidents who have the win in sight. They have all the shields and resources in the world. They have the high ground on Crunch Stars, and they're starting to use it, as it's going to be Aaron who's getting just absolutely peppered. Crunch Boy and Crunch Hub going to start to try to make the push on upwards, but that's going to be hard as hell just continues to rain from the top of the roof. Dead President's just doing all the damage, and now the final push. This should be an easy grab. The bullets are there, the shots are there, the chow is there, and that's going to be Dead Presidents. Another patient flank, and Dead Presidents cannot be stopped.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, they just came in at the very end there. Fantastic play coming out of them, as they are able to take it at the very end. Nicely played, and a lot of patience, although I mean, I will say a lot of patience. They ended up just chucking the ult, and they had to go. Once that Gibby bubble was used, I know the Gibby on the side of Crunch Stars was trying to use his ultimate, but I don't think he got outside of his dome in time to use it. And I mean, that had to work for the side of Crunch Star, or for the side of Dead President. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another game. It's map 3 in the finals, as we're going to be moving our way over towards World's Edge, which means there's going to be a lot of teams spread out across the map, with 3 teams leaving us now, as unfortunately Goofy has had to drop because the tournament went later than they expected. To be fair, it was later than what I expected. My timelines had us finishing probably about an hour and a half ago, and we're still here in game 3, and no one is match eligible yet. So you can see, I got it wrong. Very wrong.
Yeah, it happens. It happens. But we know for next time. We know for next time, because we are still loving this, still planning on doing this. So don't you worry. We're going to have more Apex tournament. This is not deterring us in any way.
No, absolutely not. I mean, all eyes right now are going to be on Dead President. So when we were talking about the points before we left on the break, turns out my spreadsheet had an error. So I made a mistake. I made a mistake. Yes. And I will admit to this completely, that I goofed. But yes, so Dead President's currently at 36 points. So not the 42 or whatever the heck I said going into the break. They're at 36 points. I made a mistake. 36 right now, so they need 14 points in this game to become match eligible. Final countdown is at 35, Sim Squad at 29, and then Crunch Stars at 28, and a lot of teams are very close behind, so a lot of these teams are still in the running, but you're definitely looking for Goofy or for Dead Presence here to get those necessary points in order to become match eligible, and then they should have a good amount, at least one game, to be able to win without anybody else, without the risk of anyone else getting close to them for the tournament.
Yeah, I mean, and as long as they kind of stay kind of in that top 5 or maybe even top 6 area, I think a lot of these teams are going to be able to get a lot of the points to make them eligible here. I mean, and for everybody else, it's really just going to be about kills. I mean, there's going to be a lot of the lower top 10 teams that are going to have to just start going for broke and start doing what they can to try to get more points on the board, and quickly, because they now realize that they're slowly slipping away, especially when it comes time to try to get a win.
No, absolutely. You can see the low ball's already been dropped, so a few of these, the loot session has begun. These teams are ready to go, and there's not a whole lot of fighting going on across the map. I don't think anyone really wants to deal with anybody, especially in the finals when the placing just matters so much more, like we were talking about. So definitely want to see how these teams go. There's only 17 in the lobby, so 3 fewer teams to have to contend with across the board, which some teams will prefer that, some teams don't, because I mean, in a lot of cases you want as many kills as possible, so you just want to kill everybody that you find, and 3 fewer teams means 9 fewer targets. But for others, it means you're also guaranteed higher placements, so it's definitely going to help when it comes towards a scenario like now where match point eligible, which means you got to win. That's 3 fewer teams to have to contend with.
Yeah, 3 fewer teams, but I mean, so again, just with a lot more loot, like you're kind of saying here, it's going to just call for much more aggressive looting, and then in turn, it's probably going to be a lot quicker gunfights because people are going to get looted pretty quickly as they start to clear out more areas, and they realize that there's not a lot happening here. And speaking of not a lot happening, we might finally get some stuff happening as Final Countdown is going to get eyes on Pope's Disciples, and they're going to start raining down some bullets.
Yep, I mean, the shots are going to be coming through. Final Countdown is going to be up top. Just take it. They want this, and there's going to be a drop. There's going to be a knock already as they're going to throw the dome out. Actually, that basically protects them. So that was an interesting dome, actually, coming out of a soft plushie. As they're going to be working around the outside. Majestic's going to fall, and that's going to be a finished KP as well. The last player is going to be Cosby on the Octane, or no, Mirage. And he's just going to stand back and go, all right, no thanks. No thanks. As he's going to just kind of duck off the top here. And I think just get out as he pops the ultimate and just books it off onto the edge as JD Fighter is down. So Cosby's probably just going to play the rat and with a bamboozle and just try to get this to work for the rest of the game as he's going to duck out. And he should actually be okay to get out alive.
But keep in mind, that is the first couple of kills there for Countdown. I mean, they were able to get that early. So they're in a good position to possibly start building up that placement and then potentially get more kills as they start to look to try to make themselves eligible for finalists.
No, 100%. I mean, that's every point that they make, every kill that they pick up counts. So them finishing that off as well is very critical. As you can see, I mean, the rotations are going to have to come in from the top areas. They're all gravitating now towards the middle of the map. You can see, I mean, some of these players are close to each other. Cosby did get out alive, so the Pope is still alive. His disciples have fallen. So Team Deep is going to be the next players working their way around this area, trying to get the rotation. We don't know where the next circles are really going to be headed just yet. Actually, wait, hold on. I can bring that up so I can figure out where that is. It's going to be headed towards Lava Siphon and Geyser. So definitely closer to the right side of those maps. So a lot of teams are rotating out of that zone, actually. So it's going to be interesting to see where exactly they end up going.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to start just moving around now. Final Countdown, just I think you're going to see some aggression here. I mean, they know there's another team nearby, so I think they're just going to get themselves into some shield positions and try to regroup after getting a little bit peppered and just try to go for the reach out. Now SK is probably going to get into it here first, though. They know someone's nearby, and here comes the Boozy's ult.
Yep, I mean, he's going to come through. He's going to pop it. He's going to be looking for these targets. All the locations are known as they're going to try to finish that one at least. As SK is going to be just charging their way on through, trying to pick up these kills and see where these players are up top. I mean, that's going to be Final Countdown actually up top. That is going to be dropped. So SK is coming through. They are hunting for these players as they're trying to pick those ones up. And it does look like SK on the map is going to be moving their way around the outside. As you can see, players, this is going to be another engagement on the other side of the map. A kill switch is going to drop Savior. So I believe that's 2 kills. There are 2 knocks now? Or no, that was just 1. I think Savior was the original player that was down. And a soft plushie is going to get out alive. So these players probably want to back away. Final Countdown does not want them to go early.
No, they don't want to go early, and they already lost 1. It seems like everybody else is just getting into some gunfights here. SK just firing some bullets here. They're going to be getting into a gunfight and looking to get some of these early kills. Final Countdown in some serious trouble here. Banners down for 2 of the players. So they might be the first squad to get eliminated here, which I did not see coming. This is the top of the leaderboard we're talking about.
Yeah, no, 100%. I mean, yeah, the 17 squads left, and no one wants to be the first one going down and going out early. You can see SK is moving on the outside. They're going to just absolutely laser. I'm pretty sure that's Plushie that's ended up taking all those shots, but there's another team coming in as well. So there's 2 hostiles on the map, and those are 2 different teams, I believe, as SK is going to have to turn their attention. This is going to be Boozy's looking towards the right, looking for that player that is running away, the Valkyrie that somehow got out with their life. And they're moving around the outside. I mean, I don't think that's Final Countdown. The one Final Countdown player, I believe, was the Gibraltar that might have gotten out, but I'm not 100% on that one.
No, I didn't quite see it either. So, but SK just kind of in a great position. I think they're starting to feel it. I think things are starting to click. People have been starting to click and just kind of start like just firing, just getting all over everybody right now. S9 though in the back going to be the team that's causing the most trouble as they start to kind of fire bullets toward the area. But everyone is kind of congregating into this section again. And now Final Countdown, it looks like it's going to be Vostar who's actually going to be going into the ring. And are they just going to try to get themselves out of this? Or what are they trying to do here?
That's a very good question here. I'm not sure. Squires is going to be taking an early engagement here. They're going to crack a shield. It looks like it is going to be S9, I believe, though, that they're in engagement with. Once again, S9 trying to just work their way around, manage their shields, and just try to win this one out. I mean, they're inside the circle, so they don't have to worry too much as of right now. I mean, on the other side, yeah, TWS, they end up going down early again.
TWS goes down early in just such an unfortunate scenario for them. Currently sitting at 6 in the standings, now gonna fall as the first squad that is definitely gonna drop them as we start to see some of these other lower tier squads start to really get into the mix of it.
Yeah, I mean, Squires is going to be, I mean, they got 2 players left trying to fight it out with S9, who still has this Watson ultimate, and 3 players pretty healthy. So this is not a very advantageous fight for the side of Squires. The Valkyrie missiles are going to rain in. Doesn't connect with anything, I believe, because they had the dome up. But here comes the push. There you go. Squires are going to be eliminated. They're going to exit in 16th place.
Yeah, Squires are going to get taken out here early. Another one of those over 2 teams. So we're starting to see the top heavy sides of these finals start to go through, but then X66 gets taken down as well as Roller Coaster trying to work their way back up the standings. They're sitting in the top 10, so could easily do so, but here come Dead Presidents.
Yeah, I mean, Dead Presidents definitely looking to add on to those points that they had already, as they're going to come, well, charging across the map, it looks like. You can see RE Twerk team working their way into Geyser. S9 is going to be on the outside there, dealing with the final countdown roster. It capped Crunch Stars as well coming in from the north, so a lot of these teams headed in this direction right now. As you can see, the side of SK, it's going to be Boozy with that charge rifle in hand, looking for somebody, anybody coming into this rotation. They do know that they'll be able to hold this tunnel. They are going to be basically gatekeeping this tunnel, and there are 2 squads headed for them actually. One squad might choose to go on the outside. SK does know they're here. This is Kill Switch with the Seer, knows exactly that there's a team coming this direction.
They notice the team coming, so now SK is just going to kind of sit back and just let the door protect them for now and try to get some information. It's going to be Team Deep as Pope's Disciples goes down in the background, so Team Deep now going to cause some problems as they're going to try to keep this other team sat inside. There are 3 teams around this area, so expect some shots to rain in from above as Team Deep are still looking for a way inside of this tunnel.
Yep, definitely. As there's going to be some movement here. I mean, they are going to be back away, I think, down the tunnel, and that's going to be 3 teams entering the tunnel. Alex and Wonderland and co are also going to be out here trying to be looking towards it. That's going to be Team Deep with a player extremely low. Crunch Star is going to be pouring in some shots here. They're going to break 1 shield. I don't think they got much more than that. But you can see there's a team just stuck in between multiple teams there. This is going to be rough.
This is going to be rough indeed, and Crunch Star is going to be in the back, just firing bullets inside all of the smoke and mirrors that are happening in front of that tunnel. And now they're going to start to back up a little bit here, but they're going to run into so many other teams on this bottom part. So this tunnel area, everything above it and around it is going to be fair game for any of these teams.
Yep, I mean, you can see the Crunch Stars are going to be working on the outside. I think they're going to choose to go to a different choke point. They will be heading in the direction of Roller Coaster, though, it looks like. S9 trying to get shots on the Valkyrie. That's going to get out. They're not going to be able to do much damage. That's going to be Final Countdown getting out of there and getting away. It's going to be RE Twerk team inside of Geyser still. Still got a lot to work with, and nobody really near them right now, so they can just kind of hang out. Look out through the windows and pay attention to these choke points on the rotation. There should be a player right where is looking. Should be a player entering, a team entering through that position in a moment.
It should be entering now. Bravo Zulu League gonna try to cause some problems. They're gonna get an easy challenge. This should be able to get an extra player here. So a good start here for Bravo Zulu League, but then Odd People are about to start taking some hits. They're going to try to get back in the ring. They're stuck on the outside, and they know they are pinned. They have to just push on through, but there is damage coming in from a lot of areas right now. Tiger Boy going to be the last one, going to be a little late pushing through, and this honestly might kill him if he doesn't make a move here soon.
Yep, he's going to have to move. The problem is the closest path to the ring, they're going to have to divert around the left side here because the path to the ring is currently blocked by a few teams. There's a few players in their way, and you can see they're splitting on the mini-map as they're going to end up going around the outside. Crunch Stars now is going to be an engagement here. There's going to be a caustic. They're going to break that shield as they're just trying to see and gatekeep these players on the edge. You're going to see the Gibby ultimate's going to go out. That's going to cause a significant amount of distraction for that team. They're going to have to move at some point here, or they're going to eat a considerable amount of damage. The players are just coming up and running up. It looks like it's Team Deep, actually, that is going to be making their way up.
The team D's making their way up, but they are getting peppered here from Crunchers. But now the turn. There's a third team. There's a third team coming from behind. It's Eddie and Co. They're coming in from behind, and they are just firing through. Roller Coaster waited for the perfect flank and just caught everybody off guard. And all of a sudden, Crunch Stars are taken out, and Roller Coaster are starting to make a name, and your team is running for cover.
There you can see, and here comes the side of Silly Little Guys, though. They're coming in from the back. They hear these gunshots, and they want these kills. They're going to be coming up behind Roller Coaster here, so we're going to have to see if Roller Coaster is aware of this potential flank coming in. The Seer knows that there's players here for the side of Silly Little Guys. They can spot them. They know exactly where these guys are, and they're going to... I wasn't like, is that a stationary player or did somebody crash? I don't know what that was, but it looks like
Nope, it's just Millie lying in wait. That's what it is. Roller Coaster lying in wait, starting to understand what is happening right now, and they are just going to get on out of there. The smoke screen is going to be enough for them to just jetpack out of this one, so they will live to fight another day.
Yeah, the problem is they don't have a very good spot to land. Their landing options are very subpar. They're probably going to land on this large rock here as they're going to end up coming in. But I mean, S9 is going to be set up quite nicely here on the edge of the ring. And you're going to see just all the other players are going to be, I mean, the area is just getting smaller and smaller here as the circle is closing in. You got players coming in from the outside. You got players working in the middle. You're going to basically just see where exactly these guys are going and where they're going to end up moving towards over the course of this game, because right now there is a lot going in on the outside here, and Dead Presence is going to be right in the middle of it.
Yeah, they're going to be right in the middle of it, and this is not the spot that they usually like to play. They don't like to play in these middle positions. They prefer to kind of hang around the edges and then go in for the push. A lot of their wins have come from their smart and decisive flanks, so they're probably going to look to get on out of here, if that's for sure.
Yep, I mean, this is going to be Roller Coaster moving up. They do know that there's players nearby. They're going to try to just scout this one out and see where, if anyone's going to be nearby. Unfortunately for them, it doesn't look like there's anyone near, but they're going to have to move because of that circle. They're going to rotate around the outside. They actually went right by S9. They don't have a seer, so they don't know that there's players there, so they're actually going to completely miss those players on the rotation.
And so the little guy's still up as well. They're going to be hiding inside of the trailer for right now and just kind of standing by here. Again, top 5. You know, top 5 so far. They're just going to be sitting around just kind of waiting to get some of these points. I think a lot of these kills, look at that lower area. There's 3 teams sitting on that lower left side. So they're going to be the ones probably getting into it first. Odd people just going to stack up and just kind of get to know each other and keep each other warm during the winter here, as I think Sim Squad might be looking to go for an engagement here at any moment. Yeah,
but Roller Coaster currently leading the lobby with 6 kills, so they're definitely in the lead as of right now. You're going to see silly little guys coming in from the north there. They're should be able to spot that player off to their right. I believe that's 03OC, that they should be able to see. Twerk team is going to be working still around this geyser area, but they haven't really had to move, and at some point they're probably going to have to soon, but not too sure when that will have to be. The circle is going to be coming in a minute. That will force some movement across the map. There's actually a team right beside him. I don't think they've been able to see it or paid much attention to that, but there is somebody very close to them, and that is actually S9. So S9, I think, is actually going to be made aware of the fact that there's a team there. And this might be an engagement breaking out on that side of the map, depending on if ends up walking into their team by accident.
Yeah, they're going to look to hop in now, and S9, I think, are starting to figure out where they want to go after sitting this rock formation. SK going to be ready as well. They're going to be hanging around the edge of the circle, seeing if they can get any type of information. As Bravo Zulu Elite is just going to go for broke, man. They are going to go dead middle of this, and now Dead Presence finally caught in a good position. They're going to start firing away towards that middle site, and they might be looking to get a chow here if they can just figure out a way to get in on that entry.
Yep, Dead Presidents. I mean, they've done a pretty good job of just kind of hanging around, not having to really deal with anybody, it looks like. You can see this engagement will be breaking out. It's going to be team deep with a player. Team's caught out of the open. They're going to end up breaking one shield. Not sure if they're able to do much more, but you can see the rotations are coming in. S9 on the other side of the map is also getting into an engagement. RE Twerk team here has moved in. They're actually going to get fought. The melee comes out, and that's not going to do anything when your leg is a little bit short. So that's going to be one going down. And we're going to see where exactly the rest of them are and how this fight is going to go down. It's going to be silly little guys inside of this room that they're on top of, it looks like.
Yeah, and I think the Twerk team is just trying to figure out if they're going to be able to heal up in time. And so the little guy's actually going to get into a fight with a third team. So now this might cause an opportunity where Twerk team might be able to jump up and start to make a play here. They're going to have to do something quick because they're not really going to be able to get out. There are kills going in left and right and some shields getting popped, but no squads down as of yet. And now I think we're starting to finally see some deaths coming from above. It's going to be odd people who are going to get taken down as they are just caught in way too open of a position. So there are bullets flying in from all over the place. And then 03OC also getting taken down. So now we put ourselves into the top 10 as we start looking at this final circle.
Yeah, 03OC, which just kind of got caught out on the rotation.
Up top. What is happening?
There is so much going on. Silly little guys lost 2 players, actually. One is completely out. I believe the other player has been knocked. Team Deep has the high ground. They know exactly where these guys are, and they don't need to move for a little bit. Meanwhile, so Johnny Smalls, I believe, is the only player left from RE Twerk team and did get out. I don't know exactly where he's gone. I think he's flying in the air, but 2 of his teammates are currently down. Silly Little Guys has lost 1. So that's going to be Jin Mori, who's out as well. So across the board right now, there's just so much going on. Sim Squad's coming in on towards this, and I believe, I'm not sure who exactly that is in front of them, but they're going to get a knock onto Savior, onto Soft Plushie. This is Final Countdown.
This is Final Countdown, and they're starting to get killed out, and they got killed out again. Not even getting in the top 10. They barely got in the top 10, but Final Countdown going to get taken down. It's Sim Squad making a roll and bringing back the dominance that we saw in that group stage. And I don't think they're going to stop anytime soon, but they do have to avoid the higher ground that Roller Coaster seems to have. And we also have to ask our question, where in the hell is Dead Presidents right now?
I mean, they're definitely inside a building. And
there it is. Look,
I
they're
know,
here.
And I know that our observer can't actually hear us, but that was some impressive switching time there. It just looked very convenient there, right? S9 Gaming is going to be here buried behind the corner. They are known, though. They are a known quantity for a number of these teams. Dead Presidents knows exactly where they are. So does the team on the roof, unless the player on the roof is also Dead Presidents. I'm not 100% sure at the moment, as S9 is just trying to get this rotation in, and they're taking a lot of fire in the process. As you can see them moving around the edges here. As I mean, we're closing down. This last circle is going to be dead in the open. There is nothing there.
Yeah, there's nothing.
There is
no cover.
nothing
there's
here.
No structures, no nothing. And Sim Squad continuing to bring on the kills. They are firing on this player on the outside and should be able to get an easy down here. And they are protected from a lot of what is happening above them right now. And it looks like it's going to be Team Deep. They're going to get in trouble. They're going to get eliminated. There's just so much happening around. They had nowhere to go. And now Bravo Zulu Elite actually going to be making a push. I think I just saw a Sim Squad player go down, but SK going to get eliminated anytime. Look at this play out of Instinct. Going to come around the outside, going to fire some bullets, going to turn Sim Squad's attention behind, and now Sim Squad down 1 player, have to try to make a massive move here, and they got to prevent this push.
Yeah, I mean, there's all sorts of fighting going on outside
this is so
here.
Good. This is so good. The push on the outside there is going to keep
Trademarks
them
has
back
gone down as well.
Shields.
Dead Presidents is in an engagement here with Roller Coaster. Roller Coaster is going to drop 1 for sure. Fawn has gone down, actually. Josh is going to drop as well. Fawn has been eliminated here. So that's going to be Roller Coaster down 1. Dead Presidents down 2. We've been here before. Cornhole Last Alive has definitely made it out before.
Nah, no way.
Not sure if that's going to happen this time, but Bravo Zulu Elite has gone down. So that is going to be now. There's only 6 teams left. S9 is on the board. So is, well, Dead Presidents has 1. Silly Little Guys has respawned Jin Mori. So they are 3 strong. Sim Squad with 3. S9 with 3. Roller Coaster with 2. And RE Twerk team only has Johnny Smalls left. So there's 2 teams with only Valkyries alive.
Yeah, and we got to keep an eye on Sim Squad because remember, they are in 3rd place right now with the 29 points, and they are just, and there goes Dead Presidents there. So Sim Squad in a good position to potentially put themselves into a great, potentially close to eligible finalist position here, depending on how many kills they get. But I know they've been frying around this outside. And we might see, we might see them start to push on through for the rest of these squads, and they know they have the advantage. They have shields up and everything.
Yeah, Johnny Smalls, 1 more shot in his charge rifle, and he would have been able to pick that one up. He would have been able to get that kill. But Twerk Team is going to go down. That's going to be Sim Squad picking up that kill. Meanwhile, Silly Little Guys is going to be on towards S9. They're going to take S9 down, so we're in the top 3 here. It's going to be Silly Little Guys. It's going to be Roller Coaster with 1 player alive and Eddie Jr. and Sim Squad. So Eddie is probably going to just rat this one out. As actually 1 player goes down, so Roller Coaster, yeah, it's just Eddie in a corner basically right now, as I believe that's him that's been spotted. He's going to go down. It's Sim Squad versus Silly Little Guys here to close this one out in a 3v3.
This has some implications here too. I mean, both these teams high in the standings, and depending on what happens here with the kills, it really could launch either of these teams
both teams
into
have
a
8
very
kills.
good spot. So here comes Silly Little Guys. They're going to start to make the push up. Mori is in some trouble though, and so is Fade Bloom Livewide, but they're getting the shots down. They're starting to make the plays, but Sledgehammer caught basically by themselves out in the open, is getting shot up, and now Mori is basically 1 HP. So it's going to be Sim Squad who are getting the better of it for right now, but now here comes the final hit, and now 2 go down. It's going to be up to Sledgehammer. 1v3 situation. He's actually going to get this first kill, I believe. Might get the second, but they can't do it. Sim Squad gonna clutch it up and get the win here on match 3. Great plays out of Sim Squad. They were frying the entire way.
They just clutched up absolutely. And I believe actually they just became match point eligible as a result of that. They're gonna pick up 12 points with the win. They got 11 kills. And that should raise them to 52 points. Sim Squad is your first team at match eligibility.
Oh, and here we go. It is go time.
And welcome back everybody to the match 4. Sim Squad now officially eligible for match point as of right now. They have made it far enough. As of right now, they've crossed the 52-point mark, so congratulations to them. They're now eligible. They're going to get at least one free round, where if they can win this match, they win the whole tournament, and no one else can come close to them because no other team has crossed the 50-point mark. So as of right now, going to be a great job for them, as we're going to be looking at World's Edge. Once again, there's not a whole lot of contention. Previously, there was a lot over up in Skyhook. It does look like the teams that dropped up there have chosen to kind of fall away, but it's going to be Sim Squad that we're going to be hop on board with them off the rip, as they are the ones that are preparing here to become match point eligible, or they are already match point eligible, but they're the ones preparing now for the rest of this game to try and win. You have to win now. The way the match point format works, for those who don't know, is you have to win the entire match. And I realized my game volume's at 0 because I had this muted the entire time. We're going to bring that back for people. Apologies, I just did not realize that for a second. I've spent the entire last 5 hours without game audio, so I just did not process in my head that was something that I needed. So
yeah,
my bad.
Need that.
Yeah.
I need that.
Well, I mean, I wasn't the one observing before, so it wasn't my problem.
Yeah, fair enough. Now you're observing. You're doing everything, Shio. I want some wheels in the chat for Shio for doing just basically most of the work today and making sure this runs as smoothly as possible. I mean, this guy does it all. You guys, if you guys have been in the rec leagues, any of the other ones, and especially Halo, you know how much this man does. So just put some wheels in the chat for a good, successful first Apex Recreational Tournament Series tourney. And man, I can tell you, hopefully we get some better help here for the next one, and we'll just make sure that we get all of the scuffed stuff that we had today out of the way. We'll make sure it's all nice and polished so that next time it'll be a little bit easier to manage. But we got to give Shio credit where credit is due. This man is on just an absolute tear with everything he's been doing lately.
I mean, we do also know as of right now that, I mean, we do have one person who has volunteered to cast for the next tournament as well. So at least there will be some burden taken off of the rest of us, so we don't have to sit here through the entire 8 hours or whatever. I mean, it's on 7 hours as of right now, and we're still going. So, I mean, depends on when these wraps up. I mean, if Sim Squad takes this, the tournament ends right here. So we're going to have to see, I guess, how exactly all that is going down. We're going to see a rotation coming from Sim Squad going into Dead Presidents.
Yeah, they're going to go to Dead Presidents. Another one of those teams who are just trying to make their way in toward the top. But, I mean, they're going to huddle down because they probably do not want the smoke right now.
No, definitely not. I mean, you can guarantee that they definitely do not. As I'm trying to figure out my x-ray again, and we're going to see if that works today. Probably not. Never works. Our Tour team is going to be another team that we're looking at here to try and see if they can get their success continuing, because they've not had a very good run so far in this finals. They have not been able to do a great job, and they have not finished very high. The big mod rotation is going to be coming in as well. This is going to be SK's team rolling forward. They're going to be running into a few players here going in front of them as well. So we're going to see where or not this, I believe this is going to be Final Countdown actually that might be on the receiving end of this.
So there's at least 3 teams and potentially a 4th who could absolutely propel themselves into a finalist eligible spot. Silly Little Guys, 42 points. Dead Presidents, 40 points. Final Countdown, 39 points. And what's crazy right now, they're all in the same vicinity.
Yeah, all these players are on top of each other practically as of right now. So, I mean, we're going to see where exactly they're going to be going here, where the teams are. That was a seer that he just spotted. He just saw somebody there. He knows there's somebody above him. It looks like he's going to pop out. Is this Foster's teammate? What is this? I guess it was Savior. Okay, that was confusing as heck for me. Okay, yeah, I guess it was Savior. There's no nameplate whatsoever, so that was confusing the heck out of me. I was very lost on that as of right now.
We're all good.
So we're gonna see.
All good.
I mean, you're gonna see where these circles are headed right now. We are gonna be headed up towards the northern area, towards survey camps, so well away from where a lot of teams have been so far.
Wow, that's gonna be trouble, man. That's gonna be trouble. I mean, everyone's gonna have to fight to essentially get to the circle. I mean, we might not see a lot of the action in the circle. I think we're going to see a lot of the action going into it, man. And I think S9 Gaming are going to want no part of that once they realize what was happening. So they're just going to start headed that direction.
Yep, that's going to be Final Countdown, taking shots at them. The problem is that as they move forward, there's another engagement up there in front of them. That's going to be the Pope's Disciples and co. getting into a fight with SK, I believe, as there down goes JD, as Majestic and Cosby are getting the next 2 players up. You're going to see the ult coming out here to try and provide some cover as the engagements are headed their way. As you can see, well, there's going to be the Seer ult, I believe, in the corner. He's going to eat this shock dart as the shots are going to be coming forward. See if he can win this out. He's not going to be able to.
Nope.
The Pope's Disciples are going to drop in 17th place.
They're going to drop into 17. So a quick outing there for them. Again, just continuing to fall down the rankings. So they're going to be the first ones out, and I don't think we're going to have a very slow game. I really think that we're going to see a lot more fights coming up here in the next few seconds.
No, definitely. A lot of these teams, you can look at the minimap, a lot of them are beginning to rotate through each other. RE Twerk Team and Team Deep are getting into it here over at Lava Siphon, and you're going to see across the maps in other locations as well. Teams are going to be working. Staging as well has a situation going on between these two teams. They're going to be on board with RE Twerk Team. Team Deep is closing in, or they might have gone around. I'm not entirely sure what's going on here. No, they're definitely approaching.
Yeah, they're definitely approaching, and they're going to get into it right quick here. Keep an eye. You're going to see bullets start flying from every direction. All right, Twerk Team just going to get shielded up. They know what's about to happen. They're going to get ready to go here. Oh, we might have a couple of teams reaching each other inside of the circle here. Man, the anticipation of the circle here from a couple of these teams is going to be interesting for sure. I mean, they're going to try to hop in and just try to get a piece of structure and see what they are going to be able to maintain. But I think the rotation's now starting to spread people apart a little bit, but we're going to start to see some flanks here, I think, momentarily.
Yep, I mean, this is going to be Squires on board. They're going to see the Watson fences in front of them, so they know there's a team there. As we're going to see where exactly. I mean, man, my keybinds work like half the time. Like, I swear, I'm not sure how to turn on, like, turning on and turning off some stuff. Yeah, this is hard. There's some nice shots coming out of Leaf there with the 30-30. He's able to take out most of the shields on that Bloodhound. I do believe that is the side 030C. That was Orlix on the receiving end of those shots. They have the Watson fences up, so they're just going to retreat back away as your reclusive neighborhood. That text barely fits. Look at that username line. Holy smokes.
Look, I can't even read what that says.
It was your reclusive neighborhood gamer.
There has to be a character limit, my man. Like, put the ellipses at the end or something. Holy hell, man. What are you doing out here?
Yeah, but the zone is coming in, so you're going to see these players are going to start backing away. This team here, Bravo Zulu Elite, does know there was a team behind them, so they're just going to retreat, try to just back away, and try to catch, well, just regroup more or less, as they're trying to just circle their way back inside of the zone. As you can see where these players are. I mean, right now, SK is going to be H9U here. With, I mean, if you look at the match stats right now, there's only one team out. SK has all 3 of those kills, and what is this? I don't know what that flatline is. Why is it purple and blue? Oh, I guess it was a purchased purple one. Okay, that makes a little more sense. I was very confused as to what I was seeing here. I was just like, I've never seen an icon like this. Dude, I've never seen an icon like that before. I don't know what that is.
I haven't seen any of these icons before. I'm just not questioning at this point.
Yeah.
Hey, this is the attitude you gotta have. You gotta have an open mind with this.
Why are there so... Oh, okay. So Dapper's explaining to me how there's multiple levels of nameplates. And I don't understand why there's multiple levels of nameplates.
Okay.
Like, here, look.
Sure,
I'll toggle them all off, and here,
we are learning, ladies and gentlemen. We are learning. We are learning. We are learning.
That is very confusing. But here we go. Roller Coaster and Dead Presidents is going to be in an engagement over here, and this is going to be pretty big for both teams here. Dead Presidents could really stay alive, could really use these points, but they'd also much rather stay alive probably here in this case.
Yeah,
as Eddie
might need to.
Yeah, those two players are both going to put their players very low.
I think Crunchy Star is starting to do some damage. They're able to down Cash somewhere along the map. So we're going to have to wait and see where they're at. But look at Roller Coaster. I mean, the ult is there. They want this, and they want this now. They're going right after it. Trademarks might get caught out sleeping. And Team X66, meanwhile, in the back, going to get taken out. Here comes Roller Coaster in on the push. And are they be able to kill him? Are they able to take him down? I don't think there's anywhere for this team to go. So I think Roller Coaster is going to manage to get these kills. But Josh Thunder going to try to stay alive here, try to get some punches. But Trademark's going to go down. Thunder's going to go down. It's going to be Cornholio. And I don't think they're going to have much to work with here. As Fallen is going to be in, it's going to be a 1v1 situation here.
Yeah, Fallen is just trying to back away.
There goes
Dead Presidents was out, though. They've been knocked out. I don't know where that came from, or if that something came from outside. It's actually TWS that landed on top of them.
So TWS lands on top, so now Roller Coaster is down to Fallen, who has little to no HP left. Might be able to get out, though, as I think they're going to just try to stay alive and try to regroup before pushing on forward, because they know after this point, there are plenty more teams up ahead of them.
Yeah, so Dead President's going out, and actually he's going to go down as well. Fallen got caught, so he doesn't go down. TWS picking up a huge number of kills here, as they're going to go up to 4. They ended up getting that cleanup on Dead Presidents as well as Roller Coaster, and those are two huge teams ahead of them in the rankings that you're trying to prevent. So that is absolutely massive. Meanwhile, your match point eligible squad, Sim Squad, working the outside edge right now. As you can see on the inside here, there's a fight going on. There is a lot of teams here with Bravo Zulu Elite in the mix of it.
And this is going to be top. Odd People going to be up top, losing one, as we saw Bravo Zulu Elite going to be one of the other edge teams, going to be coming around and trying to make the most of it here. Odd People are going to be able to get the revive, so that should be able to put them back into the fight. But keep an eye literally every direction. There are people everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the map right now, you got Crucial, and it looks like, I believe the team ended up, yeah, they're going to pick up the teammates. So there's Crucial. He's going to get picked up. Crimson Queen as well is going to be up and on their feet. So all these players are back up. You can see players getting up on the balloon. They are exiting the field from left field. Out they go. That is final countdown, actually, coming in, and they realized, hey, there's a lot of guys over here. Yeah, there are, in the form of SK.
Yeah, SK now realizing they might have just caught them off guard, so they're just going to go make the push, and they might be looking to get plushy on the inside, and it looks like they're doing a lot of damage to make sure it's so. But now it's going to be Voster, so plushy. They're in trouble. Final countdown is in some trouble. They are stuck on the inside, and they're dying quickly. They got to go, but they have to find a path around because they know SK and other teams are lurking around that spot. So they're going to try to take their time, but they don't have all the time in the world.
Yeah, this is what the ultimate accelerants are for right here, is they're just trying to get this ultimate back up and back on their feet so they can just jet out immediately. They know they're in trouble. Final countdown, planning ahead very nicely here as they know exactly what they need to do to get out as you're going to be on board. This is going to be TWS up top, and they're actually going to have silly little guys coming in from their left. So right here, you're going to see Sledgehammer is going to be first point of contact, and he's going to have to duck away, it looks like, and hide, because he's going to eat a lot of damage early. They're actually running Face here and Valkyrie, so an interesting team combo here coming out of the side of silly little guys. I'm curious how this is going to work out for them. I mean, they have all the nades to chuck in the world towards TWS, but here comes the Gibby ult, and they have no way to get it to escape this, so they have to retreat.
Yeah, they had to retreat. They had to get back, and hey, look, I'm going to trust the comp of a team that's in second place. I mean, they still got to get finals eligible, and that's what they're going to definitely try to do on this match, but that's going to be trouble when you got TWS just raining in from above. But now they are starting to answer back, as there's not really a lot of room for there to go, and you got to notice too, there's other teams around them on the backside. They might be in some trouble here.
Yeah, I mean, you can definitely see they're going to be working on the outside here, moving in, and really just, I mean, they're fine. TWS seems pretty content to just chill out here. I'm not sure if that's exactly what they want to be doing, but they're perfectly fine to do so. Sim Squad is going to be the next one set up here inside of this tunnel. They got to come through here on the ring. They're actually going to go right past past Silly Little Guys. Silly Little Guys is backed in this corner. Sim Squad is going to be going around the edge.
They see TWS though, and TWS actually I think is caught between a rock and a hard place as they're going to get into a final countdown. Let's see who's going to be able to win this bout. Final countdown. Going to start putting abilities up and away, but they are going to get pushed on through. There goes one player from final countdown. A second player, it's going to be Savior. He's going to be in a lot of trouble. Voster is the only one with really any type of shield and health left. And now TWS still starting to make the move. The push is through. Final countdown starting to break apart at the seams, and Hype is going to get the angle and is going to get some more kills. But TWS gets taken out. How did that happen? Did Soft Flushing turn on? What just happened? Or Team Deep? It's Team Deep. They got third teamed again. And now Team Deep has an easy kill right here. They're going to push on through. But Lethal Gordon is basically going to get chowed by themselves. They're going to push on, grab one. It's one more player. And now finally, final countdown gets taken out. What a third team flank out of Team Deep to grab two, get some kills on the board, and continue on. As also Bravo Zulu Elite gets taken out.
Yeah, and this is going to be Odd People running their defensive comp as well. They have the Rampart, the Caustic, and the Gibby all set up. This is not a room you want to go into, and I believe this is Crunch Stars is sitting on top of them, has absolutely zero intention of entering this room. They not want anything to do with that, and they are happy to just chill up top. The circle is coming in though, and it is going to force some movement here. You can see this next circle is going to be centered over here towards where S9 is. As you can see, the players, it is narrowing down. Alex and Wonderland and Co. Ari Twerk team in prime position. Squires, again, still alive, actually. They've done a considerable amount of damage so far this game. I don't know if they have any kills, actually. We can check it real quick. They have 0 kills, but they're still here.
They're still here. They're just kind of waiting in the wings. They are waiting for the opportunity to start going in for broke. And this might start. Squires just kind of standing by. S9 might start to make a move here in a second. And Squires, I think, have 0 idea that they're behind them.
No, they probably have no clue whatsoever. I mean, S9 has been sitting on the very edge of the circle. They're going to spot somebody here, but this shots are now going to signal their existence to S9. S9 should know that they're over in this position now. As you can see, they're going to be... Oh, that's actually SK, excuse me. We're going to be on board with Sim Squad now, moving in towards the outside. You can see all the engagements. They're going to be getting into shots now with the side of Silly Little Guy, who's just trying to heal up right now as the push is coming. It is coming, and here comes Sim Squad.
The top 2 are going to battle it out in the top 10. They're going to be going around the rocks here. And I think Silly Little Guys might be in some trouble. They know they're pinned. I don't think they realize, though, who is coming at them. But I think Sim Squad is starting to see a third team. I think they saw somebody approaching. I don't know what they saw, or maybe it was just a bubble shield. They want to back up here. They're not going to go for the chow. They're going to wait this one out. As S9 got taken out. What happened?
I think the answer is they rotated right into the side of Team Deep. Is what it seems to be. They ended up going right into Team Deep, and they ended up going down. Our Twerk team now is actually right beside Squires. The Squires ended up, yeah, they're right on top of them. And I do believe that they're aware of this fact. As Squires is going to be trying to figure out what exactly they're going to do and how they're going to break into this room. Meanwhile, on the other side, the defensive team squad of Odd People is dealing with Crunch Stars over here, but with the zone coming in, both of those teams need to move. They got to move. There's 3 teams here.
Oh, they gotta go, but this is gonna cause at least 2 teams to die, maybe even all 3 if nobody's careful enough, because everybody's gonna go down to health. You see O3OC immediately gonna lose one here, and they're gonna try to race over towards this ring, but there are just people everywhere, and that ring does so much damage. So now there's gonna be an absolute gunfight here for the Squires. They're gonna try to rain it from above. Crunch Stars gets taken out. Odd People get taken out. There goes 2, and now Squires have an opportunity to get out. I think they were able to get themselves enough leverage, but they're gonna realize quick that they're not gonna be in it for long.
Yep, they're just trying to get out right now and try to get there. But here, I mean, RE Twerk team has not moved from this location. Meanwhile, up top, this is going to be the fight that we've been looking for right now. As this is going to be Silly Little Guys taking down 1, taking down 2. As it's going to be, or excuse me, no, that's the wrong team. That is the wrong team. And there, yeah, there was Team Deep. Where did Sim Squad go? They landed on top of Squires and RE Twerk team.
And they lost one. They lost one. They lost McLovin, who doesn't have the banner. They have to go get the banner, but they got to bail themselves out of this opportunity first. They're kind of stuck up top, and I think there's a team that absolutely knows that they're there. So these 2 players have to kind of make a decision here. So they have to try to go get this banner, but they got to figure out they're clear first. But look at everybody who's around them.
Yeah, I mean, they also just saw Leaf take that portal. They just saw the whole side of Squires portal in, and did they just portal right back?
Might have just went for the squad, but look at Sim Squad. They're ready for this one. They're going to get some shots down, and they actually might be able to make a play here, but there's a 3rd team. So this is going to be some trouble, as Zillington is going to be stuck up top, and there's going to be just no HP left. And they're just going to try to stay up and alive. What are they going to try to do? The shield battery going to come out. Are they going to be able to recharge in time? And now they're just stuck up here. They have to go and get some cover.
Yeah, they are stuck on both sides right now. Sim Squad, the team that is match eligible, this was your free win, basically. This was your kind of get out of jail free card, because you could afford, like, this was your chance at a win with nobody else that could end the tournament with you. After this is over, chances are somebody is going to be match point eligible as well. I mean, I'm looking at the side of Silly Little Guy. They only have 4 kills, but a high placement should put them into match point eligibility as well, as they only need 8 more points. Actually, I think they made it by now. I think they have enough points.
They're 1 point off.
Okay, so they just need to survive a little while longer. I mean, if you're Sim Squad, you're just trying to stay alive here. As you can see, Squires, the teams are rotating in towards them. This is going to be SK and Silly Little Guy going at it. Silly Little Guy is going to have to dodge away. As you can see, Mori is just going to have to be moving. Fade is going to be here as well. They do see SK coming their way, and this is another team, actually. As you can see, O3OC is going to be here. They're going to be coming in and third partying from the side. There's 5 people.
There's 5 people here on the side here, but Sim Squad's actually going to pick up some kills. Sim Squad's actually going down, but there's going to be 1 player left for Sim Squad. Silly Little Guys losing a player as well. They need to try to get this kill, and there goes a squad. There goes SK. And I think Silly Little Guys with that have qualified and should be final point eligible moving forward. And there goes Sim Squad. So we are not going to have a victor here on this. 3 squads left, and it's all out chaos. RE Twerk team is there. So Silly Little Guys will become final eligible after this, and we'll have to see if anybody else is going to be as well. I don't think so, but at the very least, they can make some points.
Yeah, but I mean, just look at it quickly. Squires with 6 kills. This is easily the best game that they've had so far. After a pretty set, rough earlier beginning, O3OC is now in considerable trouble. They only have 1 player left going into Squires here. As you can see, the shots are coming through. This should not be it. There are they going to go.
There goes O3OC.
And now you only have silly little guys versus Squires of all team in your
But
top
at this point,
two.
it doesn't matter. Squires can't qualify, and silly little guys have enough points to be finals eligible. So it's really just about getting that momentum to get out of this. And let's see what they're going to be able to feel out here. As it looks like it's going to be Sledgehammer's going to be looking to make the move, and Squires going to look to answer back. But will they answer back with enough damage to actually take out silly little guys? Like I said, I do not think they're anywhere close to being final eligible. So silly little guys just looking to build momentum towards this next match.
Yep, I mean, so they're going to be going in. They're going to see them all here now.
There it is.
As they come charging forwards. And there you go. They are your champions. Silly little guys coming up big at the very end to qualify for match point eligibility. And we're going to see if there's anybody else that also made it. We are going to be tallying up those points. But congratulations to Sim Squad in your 4th match of the playoffs. They are going to go through as your next team to qualify for match point. I think that's it. Is it?
Yeah.
I mean, we're going to have to wait and see, get all of them up on the board. But until then, we are going to the Apex Recreational Tournament Series. It's been a long day. We're still here. We are still going. We are 2 teams at match eligible, as Silly Little Guys and Sim Squad have both reached the threshold. So if either of those 2 teams win, it's over. And I think some of us are kind of hoping that one of those teams wins soon, because we'd like to get off.
It's been a long day, man.
Hey, I need dinner, man.
Today.
I haven't eaten.
No, I haven't either. I ate right before this, and it was a good thing I did. And it was a good thing I brought my coffee with me too, because that would have been a bad set of things. I probably would have chucked out early, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah, well, I mean, we did end up making it. We are still here, so everyone who's been tuning in over the course of the day, we really appreciate you being here. As I hope you're as entertained as we are. I know a lot of the players are having a great time, and really that's all that we want at the end of the day. We just want everyone to enjoy themselves, to have fun, and really just play Apex. I mean, that's what we're all here for at the end of the day. So, I mean, right off the rip here, this is going to be match point eligible. We're looking at Silly Little Guys and Sim Squad as the 2 teams right now that are currently available to pick up the win in the tournament. So we'll be paying attention, trying to watch these guys. And we'll see if any of the other teams can start mounting and come from behind win, because some of these other teams on the list are closing in.
Yeah, I mean, final countdown and Dead President specifically, they're on the outside looking in. They're over 40 points, so it's not going to take much, just a good placing for them to get inside of that eligibility slot. And Crunch Star is on the outside, kind of a 34, a little bit further on the outside. But the rest of these teams trying to make their final comebacks here and now. But we've seen a few teams that definitely won't be able to quite put it up on this tournament. But it is going to be Silly Little Guys and Sim Squad who are going to be the ones to watch going into this.
I mean, you also know for sure is that the moment we say something like, hey, they're not going to be that far away from making it, that's when they're going to become very far away from making it, as they're going to score like 2 points for the next like 6 games or something like that, or something ridiculous like that. It always happens. As there's going to be an early engagement here, it's going to be odd people here getting into a fight. On the other side, it's Teams X66 here, as you can see the shots, and of course we get the LMG glitch. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Stop shooting.
Yeah, stop it. Just for a second. Just fix yourself.
Please shoot again. Tiger Boy, just shoot your gun.
Shoot it!
Shoot
God
it!
damn it! God damn it! Whatever. It happens. It's all good.
Dude, this is going to be annoying as heck. Oh my god.
It's all good. It's all good.
No, he's going to fly.
God.
I need him to shoot the gun again.
I'm just gonna.
Wait, are we good? No, we're not good. No.
Oh man, you know it's a good thing I can't hear most of this right now, so this is great.
Oh, the stream definitely can, which is going to be a
I
little
know the stream
unfortunate.
can.
Yeah,
We
the stream can hear it
apologize.
and I can hear it.
Oh, I know.
So I need these guys to shoot at something soon. Unfortunately, there is nobody nearby for them to shoot. So I don't know if it has to be him or if it could be somebody else with an LMG. But
Not
if so,
sure.
might have to just stay on him then for now until he fires his gun again.
But he's not going to for like the entire round.
Oh no. I apologize, stream. This is
Hey,
kind of...
what are we gonna do?
Oh,
There's
hey,
nothing
stop.
we can really do.
Stop!
Oh, yay!
Hey!
Stop, guys! Stupid ass glitch.
That was a weird one. I was very confused about that. As I mean, the nearest engagement, there's not going to be anything really. I mean, you do have Canned Beans and Co. That is going to be. They're just working out inside the middle of Jurassic Park, and actually, there's a fight. It's going to be Squires here up here dealing with Roller Coaster.
They're going to look to deal with Roller Coaster. And Roller Coaster actually gets the first few shots off, and automatically one down there for the Squires. So Roller Coaster going to be in a good position to take him out. But actually, wait, two go down for Roller Coaster. What happened there? I think a one final shot for Roller Coaster is going to be falling. And it's going to be able to get one, but he knows there are other players around him. Is he going to be able to get out of this one? Nope, shots raining in from behind. That should put Fallen away, and it does. Roller Coaster, top 6 team, out immediately here in match 5.
This is, I mean, Squires is unlocking a new level, basically. They spent the entire group stage not doing great, is I think one way of putting it, is they just did not have a, they did not have a good
Command
time.
Center. Who's that up there?
It's going to be Command Center. That's going to be, well, yeah, that is Ari Twerk team, actually. There's 2 dead. Ari Twerk team is down 2 players.
Yeah, and Crunch Stars, who are in that top 5 spot, actually are going to look to take advantage of this as they're going to try to go after who's the last one up. Banners up there for Twerk team. Man, they have really fallen off a cliff since we got into this final stage.
No, absolutely. They are not having a good time. As you can see, Squires is all the way up top, and the rest of the teams are going to be moving around the map. This should be, actually, this is going to be Silly Little Guys getting into an engagement here. I mean, they're fighting, or they're shooting the spiders, but here comes another squad. That's going to be Team Deep coming at them, it looks like, from the outside.
Yeah, Team Deep, one of the very outside looking in teams. They are in 12th place right now, 17 points. Still very unlikely that they're going to get match eligible after this, but they do want to put away the hopes and keep the games going of a team that is match eligible, so they are going to continue to push this fight no matter what.
Yep, Silly Little Guys does have the range for this, though, as they're going to be firing back in towards the countdown players. So you can see the players just kind of shooting in. And, I mean, the Silly Little Guys is going to get out with without any mishaps, it does look like. And meanwhile, I mean, Sim Squad, they did have, or actually, O3C has gone down. Cosby's picked that one up, so Isra's going to drop, and that'll be O3C out. O3OC, excuse me. So Barometer fight will be won by the Disciples. And Ari Turk team's officially out as well. They did end up catching,
Wow. So Twerk team, wow, one of the teams that definitely needed this game, gonna be out on this one. So the top heavy squads continue to rain down, but we do have a couple of teams that aren't quite on the top, are starting to be a little annoying and be a disruptor for a lot of these other squads. SK is going to definitely be one of them. I mean, they're sitting in 7th, so they definitely are going to be able to do some work, but they are going to have to do some massive work if they want to try to clinch themselves some eligibility.
Yep, I mean, SK is going to be working through this tunnel here. They're going to be moving towards the other side, so they're actually going to avoid the roster that was in front of them that was Team Deep. So Team Deep is going to be heading in towards the circle, and they're actually going to be landing right on top of Sim Squad here. So Sim Squad is right, yeah, they're running around right outside this, as it looks like the Valkyrie is just running for cover here, as you can see him just trying to get away with the gold armor. I don't know if he's able to get out alive, as you can see the Team D players here, as they're working their way around the back of the armory, just trying to stay alive. So this is going to be an early engagement right here for the side of Sim Squad.
This is going to be early in Sim Squad. I think are going to try to see if they have another way to go, because I don't think they want to be cut here too long, especially when they know there's going to be some rotations. They're just going to lock
themselves inside.
Oh, I guess so. Yeah, they're just going to kind of hold down the circle. They're still in the circle, so they still can make some plays, but I do think that they just don't really want these engagements. They were okay trying to get some early stuff going, but ultimately they realized they got to stay alive, so they're going to keep it that way.
Yep, 100%. I mean, you can see Team X66, they are aware that there's a team over there, over by Mill, so they're just going to rotate through, try to just avoid this team. They might just keep an eye out on where they might end up going, but they're just right now trying to stay away. As you can see, I mean, yeah, these guys are just going to play PvE for a while. Team Deep is aware that they're in there. You can't get to them, though, because they're inside the armory, so they're just going to take this time to do some crafting and whatnot. Dead Presidents rotating in through the Jurassic Park, it looks like. So, I mean, there's 14 squads left. These guys are very spread out right now, but here we go. Squires it looks like they're going to be encountering here Crunch Stars. Crunch Stars has no idea they're here.
They don't know, but they're going to find out
rotating
soon. So now,
right in towards Odd
People.
People. It's only Mason in your face, though.
Yeah, it's only going to be Mason. He's going to be just kind of sitting around. He does realize that there's going to be teams around him for sure, and I think Crunch Star smells blood in the water. Well, I mean, they're going to go right on in.
I mean, this is going to be a real surprise probably the moment they find him, because I don't think they're expecting somebody to be here. As I mean, they see him now. That is a great headshot there coming out of Crunch Boy. Captain Crunch Boy not able to finish that kill, as they do believe that there's somebody coming in, as they're going to back away. That is going to be Squires coming in. As you can see the shots ringing out. That's going to be a nice shots out of Leaf. He's going to get that headshot here. And you can see they're just trying to work their way towards the outside. The Seer is going to be here, as that's going to be an orbital bombardment coming in from, I believe that is from inside. So that's Crunch Stars that use their ultimate there.
You have to use the ultimate, so Crunch Stars for now. After that point, just gonna kind of wait it out here. We got 14 squads left, and take a look. They got a couple squads hanging above them, and we see a couple other squads starting to get together on the bottom and the left side of the map. So everybody basically just picking a corner to fight in. Don't ever talk about Fight Club, because there's gonna be a lot of unspeakable things about to happen to a lot of these teams right now.
Yeah, this is huge right here. Actually, Silly Little Guys has no idea that, but they were putting in shots on towards Simp Squad. That was the other match point eligible team that they were just fighting. So they're going to choose to just rotate over top, it looks like. Or actually, no, they're actually staying. They're just going right on top of this rock. They want the rock. They want the high ground here. And they're going to be putting some shots now in towards Sim Guys, who are now stuck inside of the armory.
Gonna be waiting. Sim Squad gonna just try to get the hell on out of Dodge. They are gonna just try to get on out of here and try to fight this one another day. I think for now they're also trying to find some type of information before they really do start to move along here, but the defenses are still set up for them, so that maybe they are just going to continue to park along this spot, and they're pretty safe for right now. I mean, they have a couple teams kind of gathered around them for right now, but they are in the next circle, so I think Sim Squad have a very high advantage right now.
Yep, this is TWS rotating in through the outside, and actually Crunch Stars are being chased down here by the side of Squires. I don't know if they've actually been made aware of this fact, but Squires is going to be here. Or actually, no, they definitely know, because Squires was taking shots at them earlier on. So there's going to be some teams working their way in, and here's the big fight. I mean, this is Sim Squad, literally just the Valkyries going on a scouting mission constantly here, trying to figure out where the enemies are. And there is a lot of enemies nearby. There is Dead Presidents. There is Team Deep. There are a lot of guys here that are very strong in terms of just sheer gun power, and that is an issue for the two teams that are match point eligible here.
Yeah, they are match eligible there, so they're going to try to do their best to make sure that they are careful and decisive about these next few decisions. So now a move on here as Big
Trademarks goes down.
Gonna take down Trademark. That's gonna be trouble. Josh Funder also gonna get hit. So this is some serious trouble here as Sim Squad continue to rain down hell. So now they start making a play. They start moving on up, and they might be able to get these kills.
If you can see, the nades are going to be flying out here as Zulington, or Shulington, oh my god, I cannot pronounce the name, but he's actually going to get caught out in the open. We're going to see if he can get away, try to get back in towards Sanctuary here, as shots are going to become pouring in. That is going to be shots from up top from Silly Little Guys as well.
Absolutely, little guys in a good position to start raining down some hell, so they're gonna just continue to do so. But Sim Squad is in a pretty good area for them too, and there's Silly Little Guys firing away, just trying to get any of these teams out, and they might have been able to do so as they just fire upon these teams in the rocks, setting up all the defenses that they can and making sure that they are gonna just stay alive for now. They really don't have a team at their back, so once again, Silly Little Guys also gonna be a team that will have a very good advantage as we move into these final circles. It looks like they're just still gonna kind of wait around and find out here. Dead Presidents also losing one, but they do have the banner to be able to redeem. So we'll see what they decide to do with that as we go on board. With our squad here, it's gonna be Crunch Stars who are gonna be in some trouble. There are bullets hailing in from all over the place, and they're gonna have to run away. But Crunch Hub is getting hit in the back, and so is Aaron, as they're just gonna keep moving on down. But they're gonna try to run up into this building, but they are gonna just safely get there just in the nick of time, but almost go down there. I think I'm not sure if we can hear each other right now, but I think I lost my co-caster. Not sure.
I muted my microphone.
Okay, got you.
I was talking. I can confirm.
Yeah, I know.
Talking.
I believe you. I believe you. Were you confused as to why I potentially interrupted you there?
Yes, I was.
Okay. All right. Awesome.
As we have three teams out here as well. So, I mean, again, back to it. Bravo Zoo Elite is trying to gatekeep. They're aware of one team for sure. I don't know if they know there's a second here, as Squires is also entered the field. In the meantime, the side of Dead Presidents has escaped, as they're still eating shots here from Jin Mori, it looks like. And you can see the rest of the squads beginning to rotate in. TWS coming in from the north. You got Pope and his disciples coming in. And this entire Jurassic fight is still ongoing, as well as S9 and Team Deep are just kind of chilling. They've made a peace treaty or something. They are not going to bother each other inside of those two buildings. They're going to sit and wait, but Bravo Zoo Elite is looking to kind of back away here, it looks like, because they know this player is coming, but they don't have a Valkyrie, so they do not have the ability to get to reposition quickly. So they have to start moving to get ahead of the ring.
Yeah, no, they're gonna have to start moving, and you saw on that map too. Sim Squad is still sitting in between essentially 3 teams, but they are in the final circle. They are essentially sat in there. I'm sorry, the 4th circle. So they are just sat in there, and they are waiting inside of that trailer. So they are gonna wait for a good moment to strike as they look to go for it. There goes Dead Presidents. Dead Presidents is gone. Oh my God, Dead Presidents gets eliminated. Oh my God, the 4th place team gets taken out. I believe it was by S9 who ends up getting the better of them. So that is going to be a tough scene there for Dead Presidents, who were trying to look to clinch and become eligible going into the next match.
Yeah, I believe I know. Remember when you mentioned at the start, it was like you only need a few more points to become match eligible. Dead Presidents, I'm pretty sure, did not make it.
Oh,
If we can check it real quick. No, they got 0 kills and they exited in 13th place. They got basically nothing. They got 1 point. They got 1 point out of the 8 I think they needed. And this is going to be interesting because our 2 squads that are match point eligible are going to be fighting over by the armory, but Pope's Disciples are actually going to get dropped. And this is a fight ongoing now between SK, and I believe this is Bravo Zulu Elite here as they're all going down. The smoke is up. It is absolute chaos for Bravo Zulu Elite. Down they go.
See ya.
They are out. SK is going to come up on top. And I mean, Mason Your Face has just stayed alive this entire time, but here come the Squires as well. And you can see Crunch Stars up top is getting into a fight here with, I believe it's Final Countdown.
Yeah, Final Countdown, another team who are continuing to rise up in the rankings. They are number 3 currently on the leaderboard, and they have 10 squads to go. So a good placing out of them and a few kills will get them final eligible for the match 5 if we get there. Or I'm sorry, for the match 6 if we get there. So here we go. Moving on board is Final Countdown. They're going to try to fight this one away, firing bullets over the place. They're staying alive for now. Bullets raining in from above, and so are all the abilities. It looks like they're just going to retreat down to the mountains and try to stay down, but it looks like they don't have much of a choice. Here comes the play out of Saw Pushy, and they're going to actually take down Crunch Stars, and Odd People goes out too. 2 squads go down, and I think, unless a miracle happens, I think Final Countdown should be able to clinch.
Yep, and Squires just got taken out by the zone.
Oh my God.
They just got taken out by the zone. They're out.
What?
They got caught out in the zone. This tag back here, which is technically SK's banner, was where they were. So you can see there's only a few players left. TWS is up here on the right. This is going to be Final Countdown coming in from the north, and it does look like Fate Bloom is kind of just ran forward. I don't know what exactly here. He's just trying to clear some space, I guess, for his teammates and figure out a rotation into this ring. His teammates are now going to come join him. They are taking off of the high ground. As you can see now, this is going to be very tense here. And as SK looking in from the outside, trying to figure out where they're going to go, because there's a bunch of teams in front of them in their way. They're going to get a nice shield break there. As TDO's coming in the back, you're going to have S9 here. Final Countdown coming in all the way from the top.
Look at Sim Squad. Look where Sim Squad is. They are still by themselves at the moment. They're finally getting some shots putting on board to them, but they basically have no squads in their immediate area. So they are just free to continue to load up on their shields. Meanwhile, the rest of the squads are rotating in, and that middle part of that circle is open.
No, I mean, there's no cover out there, though, is that nobody really wants to do a whole lot out in this area. As you can see, the fights are going down. This is going to be SK versus Team Deep here on the outside, as they know exactly where each other are. As you're going to see both players appear on the scanners there. Meanwhile, S9 is also going to get involved here with Final Countdown coming around the outside. They might have that flank coming in towards the other side of the map. So we're going to see where they end up going. Sim Squad up top, still just kind of working their way out there. SK trying to just stay alive and get around here. They got 2 teams with inside buildings in front of them. And TWS is now going to encroach on the territory here. That's going to be S9 in front of them.
Yeah, TWS are going to try to drop down. They would benefit from a big game here to get themselves back into the top 5 if they're going to be able to get these kills, but they have to push on through. But S9 has a great cover here on the top of this building, so they're probably going to continue to stay there and just kind of shield up. But you got to keep an eye on the rest of the squads too. They're probably more so going to converge from there, but SK gets taken out on the sides, and then meanwhile S9 finally re-engaging on TWS, and I think we're finally going to start seeing some action here.
Yep, this is TWS put in a portal to just get that rotation into the map. You can see this is Sim Squad. They're out. They're out. They have the high ground here now because they were able to escape. So they're able to look down. They know where some of these other players are. This is Final Countdown that has taken over the spot that silly little guys have been sitting on for most of the game.
Yep, and now Final Countdown now going to start to make a move here. They see a lot of players distance. The pings are going off as things are starting to rain down here towards the middle. Keep an eye, because we're going to see some really quick rotations out of some of these teams, including Team Deep, who are down below just trying to make sure they are ready for this fight, and they're going to start to do so here. They're starting to get the beacons out, and they see one player. They're going to start taking them down. Are they going to be able to kill him, though? Not quite. They're going to wait and just try to regroup. I believe it's S9 there, but I'm not totally sure.
Yep, that was S9 actually. I don't know who ended up going down though. I
team
believe
back?
that was TWS. That was G-Man actually that went down from the side of TWS. And TWS is definitely in trouble. They are trapped in this corner. We're on board with Zafy here. Hyped is going to be the other player alive from their team, but they are fighting with S9. They can't go outside either because there's a heck of a lot going on out there. So he's just trying to work his way around, try to dodge through, looking for these shots here. He's gonna get one. He's gonna get a second as well, as the Jibby's gonna drop down with the bubble here. As this is gonna be a fight. The shotgun just hits. They're not gonna hit. Here comes a third party.
No way! Wait, who is this? It's S9 coming around the back. They're going to be going in for the pitch, and they should be able to pick up TWS right here. Wait, no, the turnaround. It's only one player left for S9, and they're in trouble, and they're going to get taken out. Team Deep, I think, was the one who broke on in. So now it's going to be 5 squads left, and Shio, 2 of them are eligible.
Yep, I mean, this is the point. The odds are a little more in our favor, honestly, for this, as it's going to be Zafy who's going to be the last alive for his team from TWS. And you're going to see this is going to be a final countdown versus the Silly Little Guys. This is going to be a critical fight here on the outside while this whole thing is going on inside of the building off to the east. The problem is that that building off to the east is not in the zone.
Yeah, they're not in the zone, and they're going to have to look to break on in. It looks like they're going to about to do so. Silly Little Guys getting some shots down, and they're going to be involved in a fight with Sim Squad. I think this is a 2-person fight. I think both of these teams are going to go at it right here, right now. So now they're going to start fighting each other out. First kills are going to go down, I believe, for Sim Squad, who are going to break some shields, and they're going to bring them down. But there's Team Deep, who actually gets eliminated. I thought it was the cut there kind of confused me, so it wasn't Silly Little Guys, so it was Team Deep. So now half the field are match point eligible going into these final 4.
And there's only one player from TWS as well, so that gun barrel's sticking through the wall.
Yeah, you can see
they are
that.
available. Yeah, they can. They're okay in that spot, but they got to rotate
Wait,
out.
one player of Sim Squad just went down. What happened? One player of Sim Squad went down. I think
He's in
there's
the
a shot
zone. He
being
got caught in
rained
the
in.
zone, I think.
Yeah, maybe in the ring, but they're just there on the absolute edge of glory right here. Just hanging on for
They are
waiting to get to that point. They are waiting. They are waiting for this one. They understand.
Zafy has a Kraber. This is huge, actually. If he's able to get a shot off here.
Oh, shoot the gun! Oh my god, man, they were lining up. So some shots from Zypher, or some Zafy, sorry, is going to be able to get some damage down. Now they're going to pull around as final countdown going to look to regroup here.
Yep, and this is, I mean, Silly Little Guys, this is their match to win at this point. There are 2 players that they're going to jump up. There you go. One's going to go around, and that's going to be the Watson. He knows the other one's there as well. So, I mean, he's just kind of paying attention towards this corner. The other 2 players have trying to occupy themselves with the other portions of the map because you know that player from TWS is over there. And that is a down player. I think that's Sim Squad. That's the Watson that's gone down. It's all going to be on McLovin here, trying to stay alive. And he's going to get absolutely lasered. He's got he can't do anything about it.
This one, but there is just too much damage coming from all of these different points. So they just gotta try to stay alive. And Sim Squad is eliminated. So Silly Little Guys are the last team up to try to take this whole thing, and it's gonna be 1 player from TWS and the whole squad in final countdown. So 1 more squad battle, and then 1 more player to pick off is gonna decide this game.
Yep, I mean, we're going to be on board with Savior as of right now. I mean, this is all going to be on Silly Little Guys here to see if they can make something about it. The shots are going to start ringing through. Silly Little Guys are going to drop off. They're going to drop down. They're going to go for this.
This is the play. They're going to go around the outside. It's going to be Fate Bloom to get the initial shots, and that should be initial plays. Fate Bloom grabs 1. Fate Bloom grabs a second. 1 more player up. Silly Little Guys got to find him as Mori ends up getting hit, and now Zafy plays this inside the strike. There goes final countdown. So it's Zafy against the world, against the series. Going to try to take it down, but it's not going to be enough, and the Silly Little Guys are the first champions of the Apex Recreational Series.
That was just fantastic play at the end. The commitment, they decided to go for it on top of final countdown. They do end up taking it, and they are going to come out in first place. They will take the tournament with match point eligibility. I mean, they had it at the end. It was theirs to lose. They had everything going for them, including the fact that the side of Sim Squad got stuck in that corner.